that Hunter's Fury towards anybody that might be playing stairs or the back orange area.
DRX do that a lot.
Yeah. So it actually looks, if you take a look at the minimap, like they might be wanting to use that over on B. But I could imagine Optic reading into the A hit.
Yeah, different approach there, especially off the back of the timeout.
Yeah, he puts down a trademark on A, and they are actually going to have 3 players on B right now.
Including Ye with that operator, and he looks like he's going to be wading right into the mix of this. This is 5 players really leaning on the side of DRX. Over the drone to try and set him up. Anything to cover, how does he get that kill?
What on earth? What a play. Crashy's droning from B main, and Victor trying to get set up in elbow. And in the midst of all of that, it's Ye that finds the opener. I shouldn't be surprised, really, should I?
There was a player sort of window, I think. It felt like he should have been punished there, but
sorry,
he just finds the timing, and people respected the drone. That's such a cool little set play that Optic have added in.
I'm late, sorry.
They knew that they would play Breeze today. And Optic have won on it before. I think there were a lot of people saying Optic should have removed this map, but right now, it's looking a little bit like they've recaptured some of that old magic.
yeah, good answers.
Victor's moved away. They're not anticipating the re-hit, but now the Sova utility comes out and questions asked of Ye and Crashy.
Drone, dart, everyone being revealed over the top. The right click buzz will be rewarded. 1 kill for him, but a bit of that counter spam means that there is a trade in play. Ye still at the back of the site. Post-plant positions from DRX. Starting to feel the heat now as it is being turned up, and now being swarmed from every possible angle. You can see this reflanked of Marv through main. Could be everything, but RB wins out the fight. At the back of the site with Victor falling. It's down to that 3v3.
He was not in a spot to trade. And Marco's got another.
Beautiful, one after the other. All down to Marv. Knows the positioning of 1 or 2 players, but just cannot land the spray down. The DRX looking like they are climbing their way back up to an even scoreline.
4 in a row from Optic, now 3 in a row from DRX, and recovering a 4v5 along with it. All of the teams in the top 4, apart from Optic, have been really good in these 4v5 situations. And even Optic today have showcased that ability. Great round from DRX to get things back into their favor, and that's with post-plant positions that looked very claustrophobic. Optic look like they're going to go for another aggressive play off the rip. As once more, they get that double up set up online.
Flash does set them up, but a dart to counter it pushes them back. Obviously doesn't get destroyed fast enough. Now a Trailblazer up to elbow as Crashy's stunned up, has to back away from this one. But again, look at this from Optic.
They take a lot of space off the back of the drone here, and DRX are constantly in a position where they have to worry about this. In the last 3 rounds, though, DRX have actually been able
deep,
to
guys.
group up
This
on
round
a
is
site
over
without
if they come
losing
to
too
A.
many players. And it's literally just the executes
And A
that
should
are
kill
working.
them.
Zangle is everything for Mako. How do you win that? Such a wide swing.
How does Victor
He rips Victor's head off.
Oh, never mind.
Today, Mako is on a heater. Ye, though, with the second operator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zesty
B split,
quite
B split,
anticipated
B.
Set up for them. Now the tour de force
Pujan
going to be in
is
the
in
hands
B
of
side.
RB. He's going to offload his own ultimate. Players are waiting. Little flash to try and set it up. Buzz dashes through. That cuts up the any close crosshair placement. They need to deal with these players.
Let's go, Pujan.
Because FNS
Let's go.
will not be removed.
One more,
Anchoring
one
the
more.
site. 3 kills for him. And he wants to claim the 9th. Knife's going to remove the tour de force. RB left up to his own devices, but too much to deal with.
Hello, basketball
Brent,
player.
sometimes
Hello.
it feels like there are days where players refuse to lose. I feel like it's that kind of day from Mako and from FNS.
Yeah.
All at the same time. I've seen bigger rounds from FNS than I can remember in quite a while. I mean, that is a monstrous wide swing by Mako.
He was late.
Well,
Late
not
to
favor
shoot.
swinging into an operator like that.
Definitely not.
But
But instantly the response coming out from FNS, the Viper on the other side. I thought today was going to be a battle, potentially, between Mako and Marv.
Yeah.
Marv
Sure.
just hands down the best controller player in the world, but slipping in this tournament and fighting against another challenger for that title in Mako. Someone that Barlow was talking about on the desk.
Okay, so what's...
Always been hunting for that throne in terms of best controller player in the world.
Brim wala mar.
Breeze here.
Was he looking at Forsaken Optic India? Yeah, that's me.
And DRX are going to take a timeout. So 1 timeout each burnt as we head into round 9.
See what kind of play they might want to make with this one. In terms of the ultimates, DRX are working with that Hunter's Fury. That seems to be Polygon 2. We theorized. Okay. Mystic. Actually, just hard trolling Durka. Just hard trolling her. I've been there. It's not nice. Social media unusable for Durka now. The DRX are going to be looking to see what they can do. Make their mark maybe in this round because they don't want to give Optic too much of a round lead.
And DRX actually haven't tried a very fast hit off the rip. And if they decide to go for it right here, it's only FNS on B.
I think they're scared. I feel like Marv has been anchoring A a lot, but they should be scared of the null command. Still looks like this is the round that they want to do it. Hunter's Fury now into the back of it as well. Can they clear out FNS? And crashes! He swings through! Knight in shining armor. Just for FNS's IGL, who was just being pressured over and over again, and that is just so magnificent.
Ren, I think you're right. Optic are looking locked in
this
today.
Is not
They're
what the
locked in,
fuck
I think if DRX end up losing this map, so many people are going to talk about the
But
DRX.
haircut नहीं करते क्या? Why is everyone question marking my haircut?
That are playing much better than the last 3 times we've seen them on Breeze at Champs.
I am seeing an Optic that is refusing to lose.
Let's go, baby.
This is a team, the only one in the running for Champs 2022 anymore that can get 2 titles under their belt in 2022.
2 titles under their belt ever.
Ooh,
Look at Victor chasing down RB
Chasing down RB,
Yeah,
and they are really showing him no quarter.
That is a phenomenal flash as well that Marv sends in. Pops exactly at the point where RB's forced to use his rendezvous. Thankfully, already had it set up, but they're even burning the drone. Zest is using his primary source of entry into sites.
This is just vicious.
In order to re-clear this aggression.
And DRX are forced to respect them. They're forced to just cower in the corner.
And it gets Ye set up on this line. An area where he was able to find a kill previously with his Op 2.
He's been doing it so much. And again, always rewarded. It's this aggressive space.
Brent, at this point, I feel like Optic threw the last 3 Breeze games to save their strats for this one.
Apparently so.
They just have so many new ideas heading into this map. Ideas that even when they were playing their best at Breeze, I haven't seen them use. This is a serious prep difference coming out here.
DRX forced to make some moves now in a 4v5. Making their way through double doors. No commando popped off. That is going to be negating all the abilities that could be coming through. Flashes over the side, and even the dart. Crash's utility has just been perfect. One after the other. They all crumble beneath the might and weight of Optic.
And DRX looked lost when they went for that pivot through double doors, but the biggest reason why they look like headless chickens, they don't control a main. No. They have to be worried that people are peeking them from stairs, from back pyramid where Ye's playing from, and from a main. It's an impossible task for DRX at that point. They just need pressure coming from multiple avenues, and they are never able to get the map control early on.
No issue.
They're fundamentally losing the early round, and it makes the mid to late round impossible.
Victor's worked his way into a deeper anger and horse past this Viper's Orb. I was just watching it, obviously the half buy money not too great for DRX, but they'd love to just win out of Thrifty, anything to just get a bit of magic into the game.
And I feel like when I've watched DRX previously on the attack side, Boz has been the hero. I haven't noticed that this time around.
He executes
Just
plan.
hasn't been in position. He's not even been given the hero rifle this time. That's on Zest. They have tools to make this one a dangerous round too. Don't get me wrong. If they're able to
execute, heavy execute,
could win a post plan.
Recon dash, one more flash.
Play into the back, Yay. In a bit of danger, or is he? Yay! Will just not be denied once more.
Yeah, he's just too good, boys.
Wants to make a bit of an aggressive play of his own. Why not? Pop flash play does feed away one of the rifles to them, but with 38 seconds left, pressure is still on DRX to see if they can get the spike down.
And they've lost the Viper's Pit. Mako falling to a flash play takes the biggest tool they had for the post plan.
This S could be everything. Up to Yellow, he's just contacting into it. The sightline of Ye giving him one of the
Wait,
easiest
did
kills
Ye
of his
change his
life.
op?
And the reflank from Victor.
Yeah, he
Enough
uses
noise, enough
iron op,
distraction is
right?
being made. Victor not even granted any chance to pick
Bro,
up
ये
a
तो
kill or
3-0
two.
होने वाला है, what the fuck?
And Bren, at the beginning of this
Yeah,
map, I
best
said
aimer and
Optic's
opper
attack
of the
side
globe.
is so bad on this
I don't know
map.
about aim,
At
but
least
Ye's
the champs,
accuracy is really
they
good.
need at least 8.
Aim
And I
wise,
didn't
there are
think
other
I'd be
players,
saying
but Ye's accuracy is
that they've
insane.
done it. But somehow against DRX, who've looked fabulous on this map all year, Optic are massively in control.
This shot is actually not that easy to hit.
Confidence is sky high for
really
this
hard.
team. You can
Yeah,
feel it in the
there's no way.
individuality, the
What
plays that
can you
people are
even
making.
do against that?
Disrespect that they're showing by pushing themselves into deeper angles, holding with the operators.
But again,
Let's go,
remember,
Pujan. Full support.
Optic's attack side win rate is about 24% at champs. So Optic need every round they can get right here. They can't afford to let their foot off the gas one moment.
Oh no, yeah. Oh,
Trying to
realized.
How does he play around the angles there? Yay, almost getting punished.
See legs, Buzz.
Oh, you weren't tagged. But they have Sky, right? Yeah,
It
Stacks
feels
can
like he
heal
just weaves through any attempt to punish him.
Final round of this first half now.
Dude, FS is not from
So
Canada.
just again,
He's not from
so
India, he's
grouped
from
up.
Canada. Yeah, I know that.
Cowering together, it's like they are scared of the possibility, and you have to show the respect. Now the Seekers, just in case someone is holding close. The smoke as well, that cuts off one of the angles, but look at this, wading right into the belly of the beast once more.
Oh.
It's a lovely play with the dart to set it up. Buzz gets every target revealed for him, and the kills are still flooding in. One after the other, ripping off their heads.
DRX with another very solid execute into B.
Spike planted.
The Seekers there from Stacks making all the difference, allowing them to get onto angle after angle. And Marv,
Bye-bye,
there's no way he's going to
Marv.
anticipate this.
Beautiful
Stacks hides around a corner.
8-4, good off, good off.
DRX get to 4. This map is not over yet.
Switching
It's
sides.
true.
Not by any means or any stretch of the imagination. Pure heroics on either side, but DRX do manage to claim that fourth round. Potentially, that's what they need.
Oh,
Stay back into this one.
The Desper setting up a battle between the two Jets. Victor, only 3 and 4. Not even required for that defense.
Absolutely outlandish stuff. Let's send it down to the desk to break down the
so
first
when is the
half
next
of
time we
Breeze.
see you in matches? No idea. I have no idea.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, we set up the battle of
Please,
the
I guess
Jets.
in the co-
Say that
okay,
3
well,
times fast. But Seth, it's all about crashes.
Battle of the Jets, Battle of the Jets, Battle of the Jets.
Bad Jets, bad Jets. That's bad Jets.
Max protein की जो 7 grains
I don't want to see you.
Again, we have to talk about this guy at
यही बातों से होता है हमेशा
performance. How many multi-kills has he got? Been nuts. The double kill coming off the dart, they have it layered in with the Viper's bite. It has just been beautiful, clinical solo play from Crashy so far.
Yeah, in the head-to-head between
विक्टर नीचे झूल रहा है भाई. अगर तेरा टीममेट्स 2 लोग ऐसा मार रहे हैं, उसको चांस किधर मिलेगा भाई मारने के लिए? Like ये and Victor, these guys are like destroying.
One of their first few rounds that they got, in my mind, it was
When will you even get chance to crack?
Cess
Oh.
was just barely paying attention there, and then obviously there was the walk through smoke here. Ye missed the little tap on the other side. Darius was controlling mid a lot.
Nice haircut, thank you guys.
But that still wasn't enough to really slow down Optic at all, because when it came to actually hitting those sites, they needed a split to make anything work.
They're gonna be heading to the attack side now. Maybe.
No worries, DRX come back incoming. Yeah.
Doesn't look great for Optic.
No, in history, this has been a very, very tough side of the map. You see down there, 24% attack win rate. That's across 3 maps that these guys have played. But I think the player to pay attention to in this half is going to be Marv. We really hype him up when
Suppose
he's
he gets a slaughter franchising, so Ye will also go to. Oh, V? No idea, bro. If G gets franchise, it's G's, not ours.
Normally, I get a little bit worried about him heading in towards
Oh,
the
I don't
side.
know.
But right now, I think the way Optic is playing is utterly different than the other times they have played Breeze. The coordination in particular between Marv and Victor this map has really been on point.
G decides
Totally agree. I think this is
who
not
all
gonna
will go.
be just a complete wash. I don't think DRX are going to get the same opportunity to just run 10 rounds consecutively.
We will see. We will see, Seth. I'm gonna hand this back to Sideshow and Bren as we head into the second half.
Indian Asian coming soon? Yeah, I know.
DRX to battle their way back in.
I've known from a very long time.
Again, seems a bit obvious to say, but the pistol round needs to be won for DRX.
I think honestly, Brent, even if they don't win it, there might still be a chance.
Sure.
Because Optic's
Haircut for award event.
so rough on this map.
पता नहीं भाई award event. अच्छा वो है ना कल वो portal.
Because their defense side didn't look like that. Looked like
मैं उधर
they
थोड़ी
needed
जा
to
रहा हूँ भाई online है.
Off the
And
rip.
उसके लिए नहीं किया.
Jay taken
Time मिला गया आज.
to the bottom side of halls, and he does end up coming up with the
Whoa.
goods and the
Optic
waiting
3-0
to reach.
baby.
TRX have crumbled on this pistol round, Josh.
just an absolutely flawless round. Optic find the first pick. They punish the reactive aggression, flood into the site, and it's all over for RB. He's got no
Oh,
hope.
nice try.
Where are the answers when Optic are playing like this? When they're locked in to this degree, they're playing like they do not want to be denied that second shot at history.
बताया क्यों नहीं Indian agent के
No,
बारे में?
you're getting players stepping up.
See guys,
I mean, yay.
there are so many stuff
9 and 4,
that
dominating
some of
the
us will
first
get to know,
tournament as per usual.
but we cannot tell you guys because it's not for public information.
9 and 3 right now in the series. First kills to first deaths. And that's just normal for him in this tournament.
And all of the things we will get to know, it won't be confirmed news also, it will be rumors or some source telling it may happen.
God.
I told
So
you
yeah,
the battle was
nothing
gonna
is
be
confirmed
tense.
until it's announced.
I just didn't know how deep it cut.
An attempt of aggression as well on the eco, but
Ranked after this? हाँ
not
चलो
going to
मिलते हैं.
get too much done.
अगर ये 3-0 हुआ
I'm still
खेलते हैं
recovering,
बिल्कुल.
man. I feel like I've been slapped in the face. I'm not even Mako.
But that's the kind of thing where Optic get themselves fired up, FNS gets fired up, and it feels like they can't lose maps like this, matches like this. A reminder that this should be the map where DRX are the most favored. Optic have been 0 and 3,
So it means that he will go
DRX
to Brazil
5 and
because
2 this
nobody
year.
looks likely to
But
go from South Asia
For
anyways.
whatever reason, right
No idea
here,
bro, first thing
Optic have just activated the next
we
gear
need to
their
get
game.
slot,
And I
which
think
we
the
don't know
obvious
whether we
answer
have or
to that
not.
is that
And
Optic
second
are
thing,
big
after
game
getting
players.
slot,
They've
no
been in this
teams are
situation
having the
before.
same rosters.
Quite
That's
literally
for sure.
knocked down to play in that lower bracket final. Happened at Reykjavik.
And at Reykjavik as well, they faced another Asian team that had broken through a ceiling. You had the Japanese team Zeta Division that time at Reykjavik, who had performed way better than people had expected from them, broke through that
It
ceiling
doesn't
for the
matter, you want
Japanese
just
team,
in
but just couldn't hold it against Optic.
I mean,
Thus far today, it feels
I
very
don't know,
similar.
guys.
And even if you're talking
I
about the
don't know.
last time that these two teams played against each
Indian
other,
cheater long time
Optic
no
are
see.
2-0 all time against DRX. Both
I'm
of those
sorry
times they went to
that-
3 maps. They were BO3s.
I'm not
And they
that guy.
played Breeze. And Optic
I'm not the guy
dominated
who
DRX.
you think I am.
13-4.
I'm extremely
I
sorry.
could see it happening.
I mean, at this point,
What will be
I
G's
never
also if
thought
it
I'd
gets
say
the
bonus
slot?
round. No,
I have
we
no
did
idea.
not expect this at all.
I'm
The
just a
timings
player,
felt
bro.
like they had changed, but it's a flat circle.
I'm not the one who handles
Apparently
these
so.
sports.
DRX doing their best
just
to
a
break the
player.
pattern. Have to win this round out.
Optic grouping
Not
up over here
anymore.
towards B.
What the
And a
fuck?
lot is going to be asked of RB here.
You need to get your eye tested,
Bring
man.
the sight on chamber. Stacks can try and break
Oh.
it over, but misses it.
Beautiful
What a
flash.
entry,
I mean,
Victor.
They are all blinded up.
Oh,
And
GG
Victor
guys. This map is over.
just shredding them to pieces
map
with the
chalo.
Spectre in hand.
वो भी जल्दी खत्म
That
करो.
plant
Rank
going
खेलते हैं.
down, and DRX might be opting to try and take a fast retake. You can see the snake bite
Regular stream
Fuck
कब
that.
से
just about missing with the timing.
करेंगे?
But these rifles need to be saved. It needs to be a clean one for DRX.
And this is an incredibly tough
Oh, what?
retake. Zest doesn't realize how close he is to identifying 2 of these spots.
Buzz.
An opening.
And a bit whiffy, honestly.
Oh.
With the wall in the
Oh, no,
way.
he whiffed.
Fights are taking place, and it's Optic who coming out on top, just down to Buzz. And the triple face of Optic, he did not stand a chance.
That
What's
is
up,
the
Saurabh?
bonus
Sahu,
round
what's
as
up?
well. Secured by Optic.
Your hair looks sick.
And I
Thank you,
feel like
Krish.
that is just the nail in the coffin.
It's gotta be right.
Look at how good this is, by the way. The flash comboed
Ooh, so
perfectly with the dash and the drone.
I wonder why
Normally
I
the setup
don't
there
know.
is that Stax is supposed to break the drone and allow RB to stay in his rendezvous setup. and
Oh,
take
Optic looks
contact.
very comfortable.
But the flash coming through blinded
They look
Stax and
very,
he can't
very,
break
very,
the
very,
drone.
very
the drone.
It
comfortable.
continues to get value, it pushes RB away, it tags up Stax, and the entire defensive crossfire falls apart. Optic's coordination could not be better today. It's just perfect.
For whatever reason. They've awoken
Sana
at the right time in the
Cheong
tournament.
forever.
And still watching for the aggressive plays, the high-risk plays. Zest opted to take a fast line down there through B main, but where are the answers for DRX?
We haven't seen a huge round from the classic people you'd expect it from.
SKRossi
Buzz
fresh
or
haircut
Stacks.
trip बोलते अरे कुछ
Buzz has
नहीं
got a lot
भाई
of
मतलब
kills in
पोपा
the
जी
map, I suppose,
what's up
but
मतलब पोपा जी how are
really
you
altogether, not a single
how is
round or big
Canada
impact. Stacks has been extremely
wait are you
quiet.
Canada
Always
or
looking
US
to try and make a
US
play.
I
Headhunter in
forgot
hand.
you should be
So
you
aware.
should be in US
So
right
aware.
Why
And
do-
Optic
why
is
do I
ready for
sound
every
upset?
little
No, I'm
play
not
that might be
upset.
made on the defense. Meanwhile, Ye
Just
sneaks
tired.
way in, makes space
मैं
for the
पूरा
spike to go
बाहर
down,
था
and
सुबह
Optic
से
are most assuredly going to
and
be
I
able to
ate a
get up
lot before
from
coming
that point here.
बहुत बहुत
It's
खाया
a
हो
free
बस
plan on
30
A.
seconds left.
Nothing to stop it. Buzz can try and go for some heroics, but no. Shut down.
who do you think is the best offer currently bro yeah
Easily
no
said.
doubt bro doesn't miss a
Apparently
shot
easily done by Optic.
And we're
Let's
talking about
go
what DRX are playing
Optic.
for here. DRX have never made it to the grand finals.
how long do I sleep
DRX,
6
in
hours
fact, up until this tournament,
Maximum
were not even
7.
the most successful team from Korea.
Yeah.
That would be new turn back at the very first global event. And they're playing here to try
अरे
and
मेरे को इमोर्टल से रेडिएंट
that
क्यों बनाया
spot, their rightful
रेडिएंट से
spot, some
इमोर्टल
might say,
ब्रो राकेश
on
मैं
top
उसको
of the
वो
Korean
कुछ
scene
बग गया शायद
from a
मैं देखता
historic
हूँ
point of view.
वो पता नहीं ऐसा क्यों हो गया
And today they are getting emphatically
I don't know.
denied.
I have to check I have to
Refuted
check
at every turn, every corner. Optic have an answer.
A casual reminder of the dominance that Optic have showcased over the course of this year. And now staring down the precipice of defeat.
Look at this as well. Recon Dart being shot down halls. Oh, I thought they were going to try and dodge the info there. They've allowed DRX to
Ooh,
push.
this is
and
good.
Marco finds the first pick on Ye.
And the confidence, that is
so
what you need from
disciplined
DRX if they're
they
going to
didn't go for the
find
second one
just some sort of chance.
It looked like Optic were going to try and stack up players there and fight the repush, but instead, a 4v5. Areas where Optic have struggled a lot at champs. But
so
they
why
go
don't
for a
you
fake
color
play.
my
They're not
hair
coming from Marco.
coloring my hair will
That was
damage my
rotate. Yep,
roots
Marco was just
and
skipping and
scalp.
hopping and running all the way to the safety or to help his teammates. And it's completely opened
so
up the
and
A
it's
side.
also
Apart from
I haven't
Buzz,
been in
Buzz is still
normal
in cave
black
and could
hair
be the danger man here.
for like
Massive
2
plays
years
need
now
to be made by this guy. The opening kill onto Victor sets it up, the distraction play, and out of smoke. A fast play, they know that there's no players here, but the lineup has to be good. Buzz getting off of it, half on the defuse, the fragment nade, it hits,
Not
hits, but it does not kill.
DRX are afforded a lifeline. And at this tournament, they've made great use of lifeline rounds like that.
Yeah.
Even if we're talking about
Who
the
has
most
said
recent
was Spy?
series,
Sai?
they
No
had a
bro
great comeback against FPX. They were able to win 5 straight rounds at the end of Icebox to beat
Hey bro, you
the
from
defending
Bangalore? Yeah,
champions
yeah,
from
yeah.
Copenhagen. And then they recovered a 9-3 half to come back.
Who are you? Where is
and win
SKRossi?
2-0.
Is he went Korea guys
No strangers
bye
to
bye
it, not this tournament.
GG
We've seen both ends of the mental spectrum from DRX.
see you guys
This
안녕하세요
map is going to be their opportunity to try and prove that they are not the same old team that's been going out in 5th, 6th.
oh how is our
Mental
oh no
blockage.
I got shocked for a moment
And this tournament already, their first podium finish, but they're hunting for so much more. To start things
Some
out
ranked
here,
after
Buzz
this?
getting
Yeah,
into
if
a
this
very
goes
aggressive position
3-0.
over by Pillar.
ranked yeah
And Stax is in a passive spot on B. He's got one flash. When he gets the next up, he'll probably go for some information in B main. But that's a little while off just yet. Here's that flash coming out. Pops not into B main, but into elbow. And finds somebody.
Danjay, thank you
That's
for the
gonna
2
trigger Buzz to
euros
make a more aggressive
thanks a
move,
lot
as he
hey
knows
you
there might not be anyone looking.
hello thank you
And
for
he
2
might
euros
find all of the
welcome
goods
to the
right
stream
now.
Danjay, thank you thanks a lot
This
man
could just be majestic. Drone to try and push the players in. Stax is really under so much pressure. And he will fall eventually, but this wall needs to go down. The timing.
Oh,
for
Buzz
he
is
can
on
take.
flank.
There it is. Plan's going to be
Down
at least a 9th of the time being. Peeks around the corner
He
and Ye was
doesn't-
watching it. From the side of the
don't
wall,
want to
Optic.
miss
Every avenue, every line of sight is just locked
oh
down.
too easy
And Breeze, well, it wasn't their map pick, but these guys, they are feeling it. They've made it their territory today.
Bren, it definitely feels like Reykjavik all over again. All smiles, all business from Optic. They are so dialed.
They look so strong.
So clean right now. Star players performing, game plans working, prep delivering.
Now it's time for some deathmatch. Let's go. Out. As far away.
Match
3-0,
found.
hopefully. Let's see. Hope so. That's Escalating. Haircut buff, maybe bunny. Who knows? Also want to buy new frames. If you guys can see, मेरा टेढ़ा हो चुका है. I don't know whether you guys can see or not. This glass is gone. Can you see? Can you see the gap here? You see? You see the gap? It's fucking gone. So I don't know what to do. Time to buy new one. New frames. Why there's so many oppers in this game?
Please do not mistake my smile. I take this all very seriously.
Fight!
Who will I spot first? So close.
I see that.
Not your best. And I win again.
Bro, why there are so many ops? This is the same guys I'm dying. Oh, let me see. What the fuck?
One less. Next. Do better. I don't think so.
What the fuck, he didn't die. What?
10 kills remaining. Kills remaining.
Fuck, these offers are annoying me.
1 kill remaining.
One more.
Happy Optic
You were
pay.
in my way,
Oh,
so this was inevitable.
hello everyone, we're gonna see you. Bro, your mouse. This glorious Model D is my mouse, but I've told to
Match
buy
found.
me, or how to say, since the management is an EU, I've asked that if the Razer Death Adder V3 whatever the wireless mouse is available there, buy it for me. I wanna play in that.
Deathmatch.
So let's see.
Warm up.
Milato Insta mouse change. Yo guys, tell me if the next map is starting. Next map start हो रहा है तो बताना जरा.
Leave us. Three down. Enemy down. They're dead. Get out. 10 kills remaining.
Game time? Oh, okay. Oh shit.
Kills remaining. One down. Put down. One kill remaining.
Bam, bam. I don't want EXP. I want to see game. Let's go.
What a difference. What a
Oh,
change
1-0
in
already.
pace.
What the fuck?
They absolutely crunched them. A fault line into the flash. And Mako's been having a good tournament. Even a good series at times. This guy has been the big game player.
Oh, and look at this. I mean, the Optic guys have no idea where he is.
There's no way.
The trademark got smoked off earlier on, and they're re-clearing these spots. At some point here, do they think he might have rotated B?
Mako's got to know that they've
Oh,
reclaimed
1v3.
a couple of these guns. But if you cut noise, you got to expect that it could be planted over towards B. Yeah, he's been found. Patience. What a risk.
But as Ye disappears, that might have been his only opportunity to get things down into a 1v2. However, all of
30
this
seconds
patience
left.
is giving him a free spike plant.
Yeah.
He still has a molly, but there's no way that Mako thinks he's safe to get the plant and reposition. He's got to anticipate that there's at least one player here on A.
Oh shit, I think
Saw
I made a
Ye disappear
mistake.
in this direction though. As soon as the molly's committed, he's got to go for the plant.
Breaks a trademark. Cuts off that one angle. So it is going to be that free
Shit,
plant.
the
Plays
patience.
Optic well. Converging on his location. Very low on Victor. Ye is the first shot. The first fight. He gets taken down. Mako unable to make something of the moment, but he did play it relatively well.
So much tension there in that moment for DRX. And the other four players, all of their hopes rest upon Mako's shoulders. Because that is a disastrous round to
It really
lose.
is.
After RB just won the pistol round for you,
Look at this again.
the flash play, and it all goes wrong.
And it's one after the other. Just a small amount of utility.
What is that from FNS as well? What is that second kill onto Stacks? The headshot
Double
with the
spray down with the frenzy.
ludicrous.
He's smiling. He knows that they got away with murder there to a degree.
But it was the read on DRX's sand play.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Really ready for it.
Is that Optic picked the perfect timing to throw that flash and crunch them while they're vulnerable, while they're midway through getting to the site.
Bit of a misfire there. Stun goes wide. Have to clear out these corners though.
And a similar setup defensively to the pistol round.
Oh, they're crunching them.
4 players on a B, pushing out aggressively. Only Ye to collect on A.
They've got the players contained, but okay, Optic are backing away. Not willing to take a long-range fight.
And
Or contain
DRX
them.
need to group up here to
Bye
try
bye,
and
phone.
overwhelm an
Let me
individual.
charge this
Now
phone.
that they've cut a bit of noise though, Optic's defense looking far more standard.
Guys, क्या लगता है
3A,
मेरे को तो अगर 3-0
2B.
हो जाएगा बस.
And Victor and Crashies don't have great info to work with now.
So the downside of these Neon comps comes down to those early big plays. If you're unable to get value out of it, you don't really have too many tools to try and push back and approach. 45 seconds left in this round though. DRX are making sure that they don't take too many unnecessary risks, really trying to maximize what they can get out of this eco.
Crashies threw a 0 point that cleared out holes, and it set up this double push from Optic. And now DRX are getting pinched from both sides,
Pinched
and they
again.
don't even know.
The Orb, who's watching this one? The answer is nobody! And RB goes down. He's supposed to be the light at the end of the
Oh,
tunnel,
really?
still
Not bad.
trading out the kills.
20 seconds!
20 seconds left in the round.
The avenue to A was open for a second, but FNS is going to get there before the rest of the DRX players.
Yeah, and time really just running down low
10
here with just the
seconds
Spectre and the Bulldog. There's 8 seconds remaining, and they've got the watch on the crossfire. Tries the bunny hop across. Not able to do so.
And so far, there is a very clear game plan for Optic. They're going to play a stack towards one of the sites, play aggressively for information, and then even when it comes to the mid-round, they're going to be re-pushing. Very, very active defense.
This is the round that is going to be mattering the most for DRX.
And here it is again, that same setup. It's a 4-player stack towards B, only A with his op on A.
There.
So they're going to be pushing aggressively out from all avenues here, mostly towards Arcade. But they could wrap under tunnel. Love this smoke as well that Marv has put down. Creates a lot of pressure for these DRX guys. They're going to have
Good
to
night,
be
good night,
diligent in
bro.
terms of how they push through it.
Push through it.
पहले वाला
They
hacker
don't have
अच्छी
any big
थी.
tools to try and-
Yeah.
But
Cannot
at
be
some
the
point,
same.
At some point, Optic are going to
Need to
flank through
keep
tunnel
trying
and try
different
to
things.
add a bit of a punish into that.
Just layers upon the conditioning that they're just trying to set down. A spike from DRX. I mean, they've got roughly a minute in the round, but they are leaning
What
over
did
towards
they-
speed. Do they want to go in a different direction?
This point in the round is normally
sorry.
where Optic are pushing
Sorry.
out into one of the
DRX
spawns
को
and trying
जीतना
to
था
get to the other
आप
area.
नहीं
But
गए
Ye
इस
hasn't
सन
heard
इसलिए
anything in
DRX
calls.
हार नहीं
So
भाई
these
ऐसा
B
थोड़ी
players
होता
are
है
holding
तो
solid and trusting Ye.
ऐसा
Go
होता
flash over the top.
खुद
RB
DRX ले
looks like they're
लेते
trying to fake a
अगर
play
तो
with his
आएगा तो
engagement, and he's so deep into the side already. A killer's going to be found.
He's alone, and he's winning.
Oh
Putting
shit.
out the fight, but only for a moment of time because Ye is still present,
Oh,
still
holiday
waiting.
अगर मैं
The
होता
operator in
हूँ
his hand.
मर जाता और मेरा body
Find the one, a bit of a pre-fire.
Spike planted.
Trying to put that instinct to the test.
Mako has his orbital strike online.
Oh.
Finesse almost getting caught there.
The rolling thunder! Stax is going to be caught here. Surely Pincer. Crashes tries to
Oh, Buzz
supplement it.
saved him.
Buzz just helping him out. Is that 1-for-1 on either side of things here? And Buzz needs to be the big game player. He needs to make magic for them, but he is also shut down. Just left up to
Oh,
Mako.
nice.
A wider swing from Victor.
One
He
with
does
ult.
make the most of it. Orbital strike in his hands. And timing is everything. FNS forced to take the fight up close and personal.
And now
the
Mako
clock.
may have repositioned, so the pressure is really on Ye.
And the clock is ticking. Ye has to find a shot, has to make his mark. But right
What a
now,
player,
even
bro,
with
Mako.
the kill, Mako
Just-
has done enough. What a star this guy has been all tournament long.
Mako has been insane. जी अगला
That is
tournament
the Red
खेलेगी
Bull
पता
clutch
नहीं.
from Mako. I was so scared because his positioning looked really poor to me. As soon as he got the spike plant down, orbital strike got online,
Yeah.
and he just stayed tucked on top of the spike. But the way he actually used his ult was great. Perfectly timed to force
So
this
smart.
push.
And it forces a 1v1.
It forces the 1v1, and it threatens like he could have pushed towards sand.
Yeah. Obfuscates all the movement.
And that gets DRX back in the game. What a cool round as well. If you remember back, they also had the fake from RB to even set up for the plan to get down in the first place.
DRX do win the round, but they ended up losing everybody in the process, so it's a half armor across the board to try and buy into it.
I'm out of here.
It's quite a similar defensive setup.
And that looks like a play that's just ready and waiting. There was a fault line to try and stop that as soon as the fast lane came up. But DRX are not being pushed back. RB! What is that? Melted
पागल हो गया भाई.
into an absolute puddle at the top of the stairs. You just can't withstand that much utility.
A DRX
What
are
the
left in a difficult
What?
position, but they're
What?
fighting their way out of it.
How are they doing this? Buzz! Absolute maniac positioning. And they've isolated so many of these
yeah,
fights
this
now,
was
it's come down to the
super
1v1.
He knows where Ye was. He's tagged him down to 3 HP, but he still thinks that the chamber player for Optic is going to be over towards the arcade side. And Ye's already wrapped.
Really, really fast timing here.
Okay, Buzz
Ye is
knows,
being
Buzz
able to
knows.
take Tour de Force versus just a rifle, but Ye is on 3 health, and it comes down to just the
What?
reactions.
No
and
way,
Ye on
checks
top
that,
once
dude.
more. The chamber diff manifesting itself.
And a small shrug
Ye game-
from El
game
Diablo.
sense.
Hey,
Ye game
what
sense
do you
better.
expect? What do you expect? Of course, Ye's good for it with 3 HP. But what a valiant effort from DRX. This one, so close. I mean, Buzz milliseconds away from adjusting his mouse. And that frustration, supremely understandable.
So close. It's an important round for DRX to try and take away, because now the money is getting reset back down to an eco.
And previously, if you're able to cast your memory all the way back to Copenhagen when these two teams played on Fracture,
You want to
DRX's
play?
fast
Let's
rounds, like that engage with RB zipping into tower, they were destroying Optic.
It was a difference maker.
And this time around, Optic, even though 2 of their players in tower were stunned up by the Rolling Thunder, they still put out enough utility to eviscerate RB on the entry.
Just more than ready for it.
Optic have been ready for everything that DRX have thrown at them in this series.
Ye playing solo eh?
Chet
No, neon,
is,
neon.
certainly earning his salary.
Yeah. Serious legwork getting put in the prep department.
This is a round where most of it rests upon Buzz's shoulders. Tour de Force. And you know that Optic have been playing aggressively. That looked like a wallbang for a moment there, but not quite. 0 damage done to Crashies. And Buzz is going to take
Run,
that
run, run, run,
operator
run,
stand
run.
in and move it elsewhere on the map, seeing if he can
Fire
find
in the
anything.
mountain,
Optic
run,
going
run,
for a
run.
reclear of Hawks
Oh,
here.
Ye doesn't have up.
Given a positioning, they're
Shit.
not going to be holding anyone, just a trademark
Difficult
on
to
Dish, actually, which
this.
is where most of the DRX players are finding themselves.
How old is Buzz? No
Smokes
idea.
drop
actually.
down. Just try and get themselves into the site. Ye is still there, and he was stunned up.
Look at his accuracy.
One
bro.
after the other. They just seem
Nothing
to be
fancy,
crumbling.
Just accuracy.
Mako with the pistol makes it work somehow.
Nothing fancy.
Guy looks like he's using a rifle. Orb going to be taken just for the high value play. But the round, nevertheless, will go the way of Optic.
Optic clean up off the back of Ye hitting some fabulous shots. I mean, the opener onto RB. RB should have the site for free here. He really should.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
And that is just...
There's a massive gun difference there, of course, but Ye was getting that no matter what. And DRX here are forced to take a timeout. Bren, I think it just bears reminding everybody again.
Rank raid after watch
Reason
party?
fracture
Actually no. मैं कल
are
सुबह
two of
सुबह
the
करने वाला
best
rank.
maps
अभी
you could
सोऊंगा.
possibly
I
go
fixed
to
my
for
sleep
DRX.
schedule.
This isn't the case
So
of,
yesterday I
when you're going
slept
into the
at
finals
7:30 or
and
7.
comes through the
I
uppers,
woke
gets
up at 5 today in the
map pool by
morning.
being able to ban 2 maps. I
मेरे
mean,
को already
DRX,
नींद आ रहा
even
है.
with just a 1,
So I
still
don't
managed to
wanna
work
fuck up
out
my
a pretty
sleep
solid
schedule.
map pool across the board.
I'll be like normal.
DRX have demonstrated an
रात को
extremely
सोऊंगा
deep
दिन
map.
में उठूंगा ऐसा.
But today, that's not what it's about.
No.
It's about Optic fundamentally reading what DRX want to go for and coming up with a plan to outplay it. And then all of the players also in monster mode for Optic. And I feel like the allusions to Reykjavik are so obvious.
Yeah.
You know, Optic have been in every single upper bracket final this year. They've also lost every single upper bracket final.
Huh.
And this match, the lower bracket final, is what actually
shit.
defines them.
What
It's whether
the
they
hell?
go on the
What is
path
that?
to greatness or tumble out. And Optic certainly look like they're on the path to greatness here at the
बस
Champs.
यार थोड़ा और
These guys
छोटा
are
कर लेता
locked
हो
in.
जाएगा ऐसे
I
सा.
can only think back to
हो
Reykjavik.
जाएगा.
Cool, calm and
Headphone
collected, the
पहन
players
के
popping
आ
off, but they are trying to carve out their spot in VCT history.
DRX with massive ultimates to work with here as we get back into the game. RB up in the pace. Enormous.
Stuns, laid across, he doesn't know where to
तो
look.
stun में ही
And
मार
Victor
रहा है भाई
again,
RB को.
another player
What can
stunned
he
up,
do?
killing RB. Just absolutely ridiculous. The nightfall will cut across though. It's causing a lot of
3v5.
confusion into the side as well as the sound cues are going to be cut away. Is it going to be a replay through into the double doors? Yes, Zest wants to take the fight to them. Opens it wide, but they are backing out. But the spike is still heavily disjointed. There's a gap between them and a re-clear. Optic on the fly, improvisation, and Mako is the one to shut it down.
One enemy remaining.
Mako has made this one winnable. FNS v Stacks, the Breach battle, the IGL battle as well.
वो IGL diff होने वाला है
FNS
अभी. Breach
has
breach
definitely been the
diff.
better player today.
IGL diff.
But he's lost track of his opposition. Stacks has just played him like a
My
fool.
phone isn't charging.
Slinked away.
Why?
He's going to be able to get a free plant onto B. Now getting a bit of a move on with 30 seconds into the round. Plenty of time to
30
plant.
seconds left.
He's got one fault line to work with. Stacks has got to have a decent read that FNS is still on the A
Spike
side.
planted.
Whereabouts? Difficult to say.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't expect Stacks to really use the fault line that he has here. Instead, trying to cut off the rotate. And this is going to be an aim duel in Spawn.
Comes down to this. Reaction straight up. The players. But Stacks wins it through. Lovely, lovely reposition. So intelligent to take the fight before FNS was ready.
Very nice play from Stacks. Winning an important round that Mako made possible. Look at this from Mako. Straight transfer,
my.
takes down Marv. Perfect aim reset
So good.
onto Crashies as well. Mako has been a demon so far. It feels like he's the only player that's able to access
भाई
his
if इस
form
मैच
throughout
तक
the
जाए
tournament
बस.
in this series. The rest of
मेरे को
DRX
तो नहीं लगता जाएगा.
not able to get up to their
देखते हैं.
peak when it matters.
A lot of ults online though, on the side of Optic. Again, that fast play, smoked off over towards Arcade, just grabbing the orb up. So they do have now 4
Where
ultimates
are you, Rossi? I'm at home.
to utilize.
And Victor's only got a
When
stinger,
going to
but he can
Istanbul?
pop his ult at any point here.
I don't know,
It is
when I
so difficult
qualify
for
for
DRX
it.
to get the spike down. There's Rolling Thunder, Orbital Strike to try and push these things away. So for DRX, you almost want to generate
Who is winning the finals?
advantages for
Rossi,
yourself
predict.
before you ever execute.
Honestly, the play for
Optic.
DRX here in this scenario might be to take the fight to them in spawn, but it feels like Optic are
But
ready.
loud,
Yeah,
look at
loud
their
and
positioning
very
right now.
good
I would definitely agree with that.
form,
Optic
bro.
are
But I think
expecting
Optic
some
will
form of
come on
aggression
top.
towards Generator. Contact's going to be taken by Crashies here with just a slight jiggle of the movement. Spots a player. Not sure if he's willing to overstep himself here, but there we go. Stun's going to be laid down. A flash is good. I'll be taking so much damage. Down to 13 health. A bit of counter spam. Now to Rolling Thunder.
Right, who is
Is there
taking
going to be time to
advantage of it?
strike?
Oh, the
The
auto
answer
strike!
is yes. One after the other. It's all comboed up. But again, it's down to Mako to be the hero when they need it most.
Oh, Marco
Finding
again,
kill
man.
after kill. And the utility just a little bit too late. And as Crash's ultimate is
Mako
going to
too
fade,
good.
Mako
He
now
has
has
ulti
access to
now.
his own ultimate. 3 kills in the round. And a crossfire setup. Zest, the reset. Cool, calm, and collected. And it leaves it down to Marved.
My rank,
That
I
molly
think
looked
it's
like it
100 or
missed.
something. I lost so
Might be a
many
gap.
games
It's
yesterday.
definitely. Oh,
I was a
just
rage.
Oh, not quite.
And it's a bit of a bait. As soon as it's tapped, the orbital strike comes down. And time is just being removed. Marv has to force the issue. He has to take the fight to them. But it's just unwinnable. When Mako's in form like this, he has been the hero for DRX.
When times get tough, you need leaders to step up and demonstrate the way forwards. And that is what Mako is doing today.
my.
He's leading by example for the rest of DRX. Tapping into that primal energy. He's 13-6, inspiring from the front. And making this series still look like it's doable for DRX. RB with a bit of a jiggle, but it's aggression from DRX. On the other side of the map, chamber battle still happening here.
Yeah, I mean, he's just instantly traded it out, but he is contained. Marv. Prowl on a right click. Oh, Stack's just waiting right into him. And utility is going to be used here. Evanes does not want to miss his chance to strike. Moves down forwards onto the site. But as soon as you can blink DRX, they close out the round.
And it feels like such a long time since DRX have had the lead in this game, in this series. Discounting pistol rounds, they just haven't been able to get a foothold into these maps. Now, Optic forced to take a timeout.
A bit of a back foot. The crowd certainly feels split. Even down to the middle
Oh,
almost,
guys,
but
so excited.
it's
Let's
just
go.
Because we are planted right next to the DRX cheer squad.
The DRX Cheer Squad has
I
been
think
going crazy this tournament too.
Optic shouldn't
I
let
said I thought
this.
the crowd would be pretty split today.
I think Optic shouldn't let
Certainly feels
DRX
like it
win
from our
this
position.
map.
Ye has not been found wanting today.
Yeah, this guy has been putting up massive numbers.
But on this map, there's been one star player. And he's playing for DRX, it's Mako.
हाँ भाई,
And
Mako तो
it's
god
not
है.
necessarily the Mako
ये final से क्या नहीं है, lower bracket final से है.
actually
What's
in
up
the
Pratik?
positions to
What's
win
up?
the
What's up?
round,
Welcome to the stream.
but he's
What's up?
forcing
Negative.
himself to be in
Welcome to the
positions
stream,
to win.
boys.
The trades have been immaculate.
My lovely
His
members,
clutches have been
welcome to the
perfectly
stream.
played. His usage of
Hello,
the
Ottawa.
ultimates and his utility, masterful.
It's given him that edge. A narrow lead by one singular round. A timeout by Optic as they want to put a stop to it. 3 rounds in a row for DRX, starting to run away with a bit of that momentum.
And this is going to be a clash towards Tree. Ye wants to take his op in this direction, and the whole of DRX are waiting.
This fight is going to be pivotal. Holds the angle, dodges the stuns, actually doesn't move forwards. So just evades it.
Do they flash this angle?
That's
Do
what
they-
I mean.
Normally you would use a Prowler here.
How much do you want to use for it? The Rolling Thunder, that is a lot of respect being shown. Yay! Teleporting at the very final last moment. Victor is in so much trouble, has to back away to the front side. And Jenny, the Prowler in his face! And it points exactly where he is. Still Marv answers back. Coming
Oh,
through,
what a
close
shot,
to the
dude.
site. And a fast retake is shut down just like that.
Immaculate play by DRX. They're going to need another few of those, but a beautiful gun round that puts the pressure on Optic's economy once more. Take a look at this in the replay here. Stacks backing his team up really nicely. Was anti-flash, so he didn't get caught by crashes. And Ye and FNS tried to swing through the smoke there as well to take advantage of the chaos.
I
And
visited
DRX were ready
Pune,
for
yeah,
it.
once.
That is good
Sleepy,
awareness
yeah,
from the
very,
Korean
very,
squad.
very, 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 very,
That
very.
is the kind of B exec that was
Very,
booming
very, very.
Optic last time at Copenhagen.
In the past.
Do we just run it back again? It looks like a little bit of a difference in pace, but still all 5 players leaning towards B.
Let's go Optic. Win this. I go
Break down
Salim.
some of the utility that is going their way, but yeah, only Ye.
ये
holding
बेटा है
down the
कटे,
other side
thank
with a
you.
tour de force. And if DRX choose the wrong gamble here. If they don't do their homework ahead of time, maybe just poking out, feeling out where Optic could be. That's going to be the Nightfall. Any tags? Yep, onto two of the players. FNS and Crashies are now going to be locked down onto the site. No sound to work off of now, but the utility is going to be used in this exchange on either side. Crashies
को ऐसा घुसा रहे हैं बेचारे को वो जा के मर ही रहा है
his team can capitalize. Sweeping through the site.
but team
And Brent, since that timeout, DRX have woken up. The players are much more coordinated now. They're swinging off each other with confidence. I feel like Mako has held the line long enough for the other players to activate.
oh no never mind oh shit
It's lovely confidence. Shut down El Diablo before he can get started.
El Diablo.
Twitter clips.
Last round in the half.
They found the opening 2 picks in that round, Brent. The DRX engage into the site. But here's another crazy stat for you. When they've been losing a player in this half, they've still won 45% of their 4v5 rounds, DRX.
Okay.
That's the power of Mako clutching.
Yeah. Mako clutching, the coordination with the utility, anything to offset that disadvantage.
When you're winning nearly half of the time when you give up the first pick, something's going extremely right.
We're going to see another clash early on. That's disrespect being shown.
Wow.
And just plays not being made. Not enough. Zest tries to trade him out, help out his teammate. But 2 players gone in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, very fast play.
You want to play?
Trademark
Let's
there,
play.
goes off. It's going to slow all of these players up that were trying to burst out through A main.
Yeah.
So difficult for them to break through that barrage.
DRX are going to be forced into a different direction now. Maka just holding space in sand. Worked his way into that deeper corner. But Optic are holding with 3 players on drop. Very unorthodox when it comes to this defensive positioning.
But at the same time, I feel like DRX might be able to get a read on this. They knew that there was 2 players up there to begin with.
Oh, wow.
And they've either pushed, as they are now, or they're still there.
It's a hard rotation here from Optic. That leaves just Marv alive, but he does have that ultimate to try and stop this. The more the noise gets cut, the more time he gets bled off the clock here. Means it's going to be even more
hello
difficult to try and get a clean
any
spike
idea when
planted
Rossi
for
will be
DRX.
streaming no bro
Stats
I bought
currently has
I
this
bought
one.
his YouTube channel
If they gave it to Mako, he'd have his orbital strike online.
30
Mako's
seconds left.
positioning is good.
and there's who is
Well,
Andrew
follow
I
into
don't
the
know
corner. This is going to give Marv a bit of information,
I don't know Andrew.
knowledge, and they're holding, waiting for the
Who's
time,
Andrew?
but it is running so low.
They're not well or tired
What is going
I'm
to stop this
tired.
orbital strike? A plant into dead center, not opting to use it.
very
If anyone could win this round, it would be Mako. There's no
this
follow-up
Marco is
after that.
dangerous bro
Knife to the side, Maka doesn't break. He doesn't want to reveal his position with the Vandal in his hand. Holding up close and personal now. Now to no command. And Optic look to try and take a fast
Oh, no,
retake.
round
The
winning
sidestep of the movement. FNS, he wins out the first fight, the first layer of it. And now the Rolling Thunder into the orbital strike. Stacks cannot withstand it. So Optic claim their 5th round in this half. They make
इतना
it
का
just
के
a bit
हुआ
more
कहाँ
competitive.
लग रहा है इतना
Hero
इतने
plays
था
on
के
hero plays for
हुआ
DRX to
what
get up to 7. But
इतने
it
थक
finishes with a
हुआ
point kill
कहाँ लग
flawless
रहा है
and
what
Optic
I don't
in
understand.
control. This map is finally competitive between these 2 teams. It feels like DRX have a chance. But remember, last time they played it in Copenhagen, it was a blowout. So this is already Optic.
Oh, why
performing
Buzz is
better
so
than
tilted?
expected. The second half could go in any direction.
They have that narrow lead. Now it's all about just not making it slip. Let's send it down to the desk to break down the first half of this map.
I'll take a nap guys
Thank you very much, Saito and Brent. They do have a lead indeed, and a lot of that came down, Seth, once again to Mako.
I mean, I think they said it. He was like the one guy who kind of showed up right now. There's a little bit of waking up happening for some of the other players. Buzz starting to get involved, Stacks as well, but it's not the full force that we've been seeing for the past couple days from DRX. It is all about Mako, the figures that he's been able to put up, the clutches that he's been able to find.
Yeah.
Just absolutely monstrous performance of the Brimstone.
If it wasn't for him, they would not have been finding these executes down the line that are working so well.
And this round is an example where Optic has a really good idea. They run the microwave setup, kind of rolling thunder straight into orbital strike. They even have Victor sprinting in, but Mako makes the perfect play through the smoke to punish off of that push. And in the end, he closes out this round for them as well. Punishes Optic, continuing to aggress, and his utility in the post plant keeps them in it. It was Mako who built time for this team to awaken, and now they are awake.
There's a lot of hero plays in the first half we saw on Fracture, but going into the attack side for Optic, Bola, Victor, he needs to stand out.
Yeah, he definitely does. RB clearly pushed the pace a lot of times on that first half, but Victor needs to do the same thing here. And yeah, sure, attack is kind of the bread and butter for Optic on this map, 62% win rate, but it's a 7-5 half. This is still something where Victor has to be having a good game, because other than that, right, you have Mako firing on all cylinders. You need to have somebody who can disrupt what DRX is putting out there for the defense.
Yeah, a lot of this does come down to the pistol round. If DRX can win out on that pistol, build themselves momentum into the second half, I think they can take this map, push us forward. But we've seen Optic, they're really good at these attack side comebacks.
Yeah, I think it has to be a pistol round win here for DRX, because 7-5, I don't think that cuts it. Optic is still so good at this map, and DRX, their defense has been weak at times.
Well, DRX, they have to win here. Otherwise, this is going to be the last map we see of them of this entire year. Bren and Sideshow, let's see if they can secure this map.
And it is opportunities abound to really make a mark and make some history here. This half is going to define so much for DRX to even begin the concept of a reverse sweep.
And I'm looking at RB again. RB, the player that has the opportunity to set the momentum, but both of these teams looking like they're going for fast plays in opposite directions.
Straight up, fight being taken. The knife gets info. Crashy wants a little bit more. The opening kill, a bit of a spray down there with a frenzy. He will eventually be taken out. Victor, though, slowing it down ever so slightly.
And it's just a clockwise turn around the map. Optic going fast up tree as the rest of DRX pushed out Arcade, and they swap sides.
There's a 4v4. Spike's going to get planted now, and it comes down to these Optic post-plant positionings. What's the play going to be made? A lot of them facing towards Arcade. Now Optic teleport's ready. Holding this now with many players. A high-low setup. Zest could be in a lot of trouble.
The Prowler there is good. It gets information that there's 2 players at least in Arcade. Still has Horn. There's a flash. A concussion blast on the other side as well.
There has to be some sort of pressure being relieved as well, and this is going to be coming from DRX as well. At the front of the site, fault line. The stun is going to be connecting, but the ghost shots are going wide. And time is running low. You can with this. One right click will do it, but sticking to the defuse. It's down to Zest. Half on the clock, and FNS clutch.
Oh, Pujan, let's go.
Sealing it for his team.
I think if I sleep, Optic will win. Let's see.
What a day from FNS. Optic take the pistol and look to tie things up at 6 apiece. And FNS is able to deal with the pressure in front. Has the presence of mind to block the defuse. And I think at that point he just won on time anyway.
He did.
But he turns around and deals with Zest for good measure.
Unreal scenes from the IGL of Optic.
Now top fragging. Above Ye on Fracture, after already coming out with some super pivotal rounds. But we saw in the first half, the anti-eco coming out immediately after the pistol. Can DRX do anything similar? They're not in the right place to catch this play.
There's no gamble towards the right area of the map. It's going to be another free plan for Optic. And this is the thing, last time these two teams played on Fracture, DRX were able to get that spike down so consistently. Optic giving them a taste of their own medicine. Dash and a skip and a hop over the way. That does cut up the angles enough, and now a bit of a pincer from behind, but that's shut down easily enough.
Ye and Marv comboing together there, picking up the kills and tying us level.
7-7.
And DRX still need to maintain an aggressive look on the defense. They can't afford to get scared. Normally, it's going to be the defensive teams on Fracture that set the pace. And we're looking towards RB at the bottom of the table, 7-14. But he was doing a good job on the entry in terms of creating that space and fulfilling his role. Looks like his job is going to be to take a peek over at Halls, but all of the tempo being set by the North American team.
It really is.
So sleepy, I cannot open my
Looks like they've
eyes.
just got an absolute chokehold on this map so far, and it's one side, but as I say that, Ye maybe exploring a little bit too far there in Halls.
Let's
Big
go,
Dave with
Optic.
life, a bit of spam
Oh,
there. They
yeah,
expect
okay,
there to be almost a reposition, and Buzz, oh, he's in a lot of trouble. Somehow gets one kill.
Okay.
And the trade there from Mako. Immaculate, actually. Puts DRX in a position where
Oh boy.
looking great to refute this, but it's another hero play by FNS, shut down in the end.
Yeah, contained.
That is one of the rounds where DRX have to win it.
They had to win it.
I mean, allowing Optic to take the lead there would have been disastrous.
Okay, so no doubt.
DRX plug the gaps. And RB finds the opener.
ये Phantom से कैसे मरते हैं भाई?
Ye is currently 10-5 in the series right now for first kills and first deaths. So any time you can punish him, it takes a huge tool out of the arsenal of Optic. With how well FNS has been playing though, they're heading into round 16, a big eco swing round with a rolling thunder to play with on attack.
Massive.
Here we go immediately.
Yeah, no time wasted. Pure speed, once more injected into it. It's going to be a molly used pretty early there by Maka. That's to try and stop any sort of aggression that might be coming their way. And guess what? Well, he wins the opening fight over towards Halls. By being taken, that's off the Prowler and stunned up. Mako, you absolute demon! One after another. Under the might and gaze of Mako, all will fall.
And Ye opened it up, but this is too much. What a play. 22 kills across 16 rounds here for Mako.
Just insanity.
Just destroying Optic.
Pure insanity.
And yet the scoreline's still close. That showcases what an absurd individual effort this has been at times. But the play there was coordinated.
Yeah, there was a Prowler, there was a stun, I believe, as well.
Yep.
30 seconds left.
And Mako swings through heaven. Completely the rest of Optic distracted as he picks up 4 kills. Able to isolate 4 individual fights.
Yeah.
Very nice play by DRX. Because what that's also going to do, Bren, as we think about the future, it's going to make Optic more reluctant to run that fast play through
10
Arcade.
seconds left.
And anytime you can keep control of Arcade for free, you allow your focus to drift to the rest of the map.
More importantly, in the immediate future as well, Optic now losing 4 of their guns into this one. They were dipping into the bank a little bit to try and afford that full buy. So it's going to be most likely the half buy around Ye, who can hold on to that operate. But what a play by Mako. I mean, the hero moments.
But the utility's so good as well.
Yeah.
The Prowler detecting the position of Victor. The stun gives him a free kill onto Crashies. Fantastic stuff on that Arcade crunch from DRX. We need to see more of that. We need to see more of the innovation and tactical brilliance that Korea is known for. We need to see DRX take the bull by the horns and start controlling this game.
Because it's felt missing. We've seen it in glimpses, I think, earlier portions of this series. They've been using utility to try and clear out Ye, but he's been disrespecting them at times.
Yeah.
Not teleporting away, no rendezvous being used, because there hasn't been the follow-up. The confidence has been lacking at times.
But the more the DRX can get a read on where Optic are going on the map, the better they're going to be at shutting it down. And Optic so far in their attack have been running something somewhat one-dimensional. They've been putting heavy emphasis towards B. This is after the pistol. Heavy emphasis towards B, and then having Ye alone prodding Halls. And if there's a big trap play there from DRX, Ye's going to bait it out and rendezvous away to safety. This looks like, on the half-buy round, something that Optic have been very dangerous at, remember. On the half-buy round, Optic lean A.
Zest is going to have to be a miracle worker because the man is about to get swamped right now.
I'm not sure they're going to go fast here. I mean, fast with Stingers would be a good idea, but you might want to make it look like it's only Ye again.
Where are
It is going to be quick, though.
Yeah, Haunt over the top. Stun bolts used off to the side. Zest will respect it, so he's going to be backing away to try and anchor into the corner of the side. But this is a dangerous position to play when Marv is holding on to his ultimate. Might not want to use it in the half-buy, but it is going to force the positioning and force the fight.
Crashies has taken the ult orb, so I think they are going to invest ults this round.
Here we go.
Otherwise, you just die. Save it for the next.
Yeah, holding a couple of the abilities. I believe those was a smokes.
This is going to be a big exec, and the Halls players are starting to creep forwards. They've gotten Halls for free.
Prowler's going to be alerting at least some presence. A flash play, Zest and Stagswell cleaning it up. And a lovely stuff from RB to spray transfer. Just another day in the office.
DRX deal with that one beautifully as well. The Prowler giving them enough space and RB coming in. Getting so much more value, actually, in these recent rounds. The crowd wants to see a map 4, Bren. They want to see a map 4. DRX are in the lead. Another round like that, and it will seem like an inevitability.
The ultimate's behind them. Opportunities to really cement that lead, convert it into a map win.
So it's a half-buy round over towards A, and immediately, as soon as it's a gun round again, we're back to B for Optic.
Yeah, and Buzz has to be the man of action. A crouch peek, surely they don't take this fight like this. Jiggle causes Buzz a readjust his crosshair placement.
A bait and switch play, maybe?
Yeah, they didn't take it though.
But this is such a tight angle.
Everything on this shot that might be about to be made. The pressure just overwhelming.
He almost got a collateral.
And a clean shooting from Buzz. Beautiful way to open things up for him. And instantly he's going to be forcing out the rotations here. Mako on the side once more trying to anchor, but only the one going to be gained before eventually the trade is there. FNS, another hero play, pushing towards it. Here's the reload! And almost misses the shot, but okay. Reclaim a bit of positioning. Still being fought by RB. There's that confidence we were asking for a little bit prior. Pop flash play though. Crashes is the last player standing for his team. Last bastion of any chance to find their way in this round. And when he's deafened and blinded, can't see a bloody thing. To the fuse, fragment nade.
Winnable.
Winnable for him. A lot of damage done, but Buzz has been good for it.
And that round is a beautiful one to take a look at. All of the ultimates there dictating the decision-making by Optic. They used the null command to get in off the rip and get a free plant down. It was already a 4v5. They used null command to get in. And at that point, the DRX players haven't been able to use their ults to deny the plant, so they're going to use them in the retake. And that forces, in FNS's mind, him and Ye to make an aggressive play. And DRX were ready for it. The problem with that is, of course, you know, you're into a position where the ultimate economy changes, but you also have bad weaponry again. And DRX are now very firmly in the lead, very firmly in control of Fracture.
It looks more and more likely of them being able to take us to that fourth map.
And the Des said it. The series does become somewhat winnable. It should have been winnable starting at Breeze.
Oh,
we all saw how that one went. But the next maps of Ascent and Haven,
Oh, so sleepy. Chat, I think I'll sleep off.
They favor DRX. I mean, maybe Haven is completely even territory.
Oh, I'm not watching.
We'll see whether Optic are able to win this one.
Potentially new ground though, when the pressure and the heat has turned up over the course of this series. But gotta clean up this round, this map first. If you are DRX, a beautiful little
but
play
I think,
there
let's
from
see,
Optic
if
to try and get
Optic wins
themselves
this
into the
round, I
side.
think I'll stay awake.
Does Stax choose to use the Rolling Thunder here to block the plant?
Optic are holding
it
for
depends
it.
on this map, this round, guys.
Positions that they're playing inside of the smoke, just in case there was a fast retake, and it's a reclear. Pop flash through. They want to try and take sand control.
Stax got caught before holding the Rolling Thunder. He's not going to make the mistake again. But now they have double ults for retake.
Smoke is causing a lot of issues for them. Prowler over the top, dash down to the side. Damage is being done, but Ye, he didn't claim the kill. And now the Rolling Thunder. He gives an opening with the horn to their backs. One after the other.
Okay, never mind. We're going.
Quick reset and a spray down. The overdrive will do nothing in that scenario. And DRX, they go to map point.
Oh, is someone calling me?
Flawless.
Prime Gaming Flawless there for DRX. One round away from pushing us to map 4.
Josh, we brought up the questions of DRX and the mental resilience, and was that narrative going to rear its head again now that they're in this situation when they're playing to try and reach more than the mark set by the predecessors back at Reykjavik in 2021 when Newton made their mark on the scene.
And I do think that this is a different team. This is a team forged in the fires of disappointment and heartbreak. One that knows how to win because they've lost so much. And they know how to hold on now.
Bro, ये score कैसे हुआ भाई?
Seems that way. But one more round is what's required for any chance to try and take away this map here.
And Optic looking like they want to go towards Arcade yet again. Zest didn't use his Nightfall on the previous retake, so he still has such a major tool to work with. And Crashies takes his way across the road. As the Spike also follows him. This Prowler latches onto Marved, and he's ready to hold his ground.
Yeah.
Denying some of that information for the rest of DRX. This is going to end up finishing A, and
Very
DRX have
nice.
3 players there ready to wait and receive it, including Zest, who has Nightfall, and the Nightfall here could crush a push.
Yeah. It's a lot of utility, though, that they could temp out onto the side here. That Stax is just trying to hold the jump peak. Now, it's a fault line. He's going to be stunned up, but it's a play for a player. Now, the Nightfall into the flash. A play was attempted. That trade is there, though. And now Victor taking space in their spawn. It's a complete wraparound. It's a complete pivot. They flipped the positioning on them, but with only 29 seconds left, it's a hard ass. Still, Crashies will lock down the angle, but Maka will not be denied. Spotted into the smoke.
He got caught, and he still got away with one.
And Optic is so indecisive. They don't know where to land with this one. The spike is in no man's land. They have to take it onto the side, but Stax ready and waiting, and dropped to the floor. He's all but secured it. 7 seconds left, just has to buy the time. And it's down to Buzz. It has to be stuck.
How on earth did Marv get that down?
Time now against the Buzz. Wants to take the fight. Marved. Ice cold and remnants of a past life.
SKRossi, I don't know.
Where has that Marv been all tournament? Glimpses of it when he played the Astro and Pearl. But what a round, and what a moment. The Red Bull clutch coming out from Marv there. Here you see in the replay him winning the 1v1 at the end on Buzz, but the most difficult part was forcing the fight against Stax. I thought Stax had won it. Stax thought he'd won it.
It really seemed likely.
But that is just another moment for DRX to brush off.
Oh, shot, bro.
Brush off and brush off. They do. Zest once more taking point for them. First kill goes their way as Victor is shut down.
And Crashies gets his null command online. A 4v5. Optic have not been great at these this tournament, but it's felt like a different team here today. They've been winning less than 20% of the time when they drop a player early. But Crashies with the ult, should be able to open up space.
Yeah, this should take away the tour de force. Pop flash play. TV's back. Not opting to use the ult now, but there is bit of running going on. The jiggle peek once more. That is going to be a tag into the kneecaps. Crashies though. There's the ultimate. Rips through with the rolling thunder. A lot to try and combo this. And as this is happening, they're not being shut down. The judge in the back pocket of Buzz. He's dropped Crashies to his knees. And a forward play by Marvs. He's making all the risks in the world, but not enough to take the map away.
And look at that reaction from Buzz. They're fired up. Suddenly, there is life in this Korean squad once more. And the belief is going to re-enter their bones.
DRX Joshua team. They ride the highs and lows of competitive play. Emotional team. But a map win like that shows that they are...
those Libby. Let's see whether the deathmatch will help me or not. Cold. Oh, shit. Coffee. No. Coffee. I want to actually sleep because I don't want to mess up my sleep schedule, which I just fixed. I actually want to sleep. But let's finish this series and I go sleep. Till then, no sleep.
Match found.
You're going off? No, I'll finish this series, guys. I'm gonna finish this shit. I mean, not shit. Sit.
Deathmatch. Warm up.
Remember, they're only human.
Fight!
Snuff them out.
Where am I shooting?
No more meddling.
Dominating.
No more meddling.
Dominating.
Killed.
10 kills remaining.
Disappear. 3 killed. 4 dead.
Dominating.
How does people suddenly appears, bro? ऐसा 5 सेकंड देखा कोई नहीं है and when I start moving then oh
Silence.
oh
5 kills remaining.
Gutted.
shit thank you oh shit. I really need to sleep shit. Oh wait, my screen is not black, bro. What the fuck? Oh, half black. I change the rest. मैं ऑफ नहीं कर सकता guys. I don't know why. I just cannot see.
One kill remaining.
Go. Three killed.
This
is only the start.
This is a gap. Sleepy. Oh, my rank is 115. I can't believe. Only red.
Match found.
Should I queue ranked? No, game children. What time is it? 10:30. Rudransh, yeah, I'll do it.
Death match. Warm up.
Trust me, they will make mistakes. When they do, take advantage.
Fight!
Focus now. Eyes off me. I don't think so. That's three. Too slow.
I wanted to one tap. इसलिए shift हो रही है. ठीक है, गाली मत दो.
Away with you. Not your best.
There will be a day, this will be the meta and I will be the first guy to use it. Okay guys, I am meta. Guys, this is a new meta.
You lose. One less.
Oh shit. Defending.
Next.
कर ले भाई.
I win again. So close. One less.
Dominating.
Bro, where is everyone, dude? Why am I running and finding opponents and everybody just peeks when they hear me running? Yeah, exactly. Motherfuckers come now, I'll camp. आ जाओ, मैं नहीं लूँगा. Nobody comes. चलो भाई, सब कैंपर से.
10 kills remaining.
Hold on corner. Turn to sound swing.
I don't think so. You lose.
What is this guy doing? What the fuck? Oh, God.
5 kills remaining.
Bro, इतना टैलेंट कैसे है भाई? साउंड सुन के पिक कर रहा है.
Not your best.
I don't want to try. It's useless. Fracture 7-7 timeout में पोपा जी को देखो भाई. पोपा जी को क्या देखो ब्रो? पोपा जी को इधर WhatsApp में देखूंगा. रुको. Let's go. Oh no.
But every one of those wins has gone to overtime. And they've set records. And then they've broken their own records in terms of how deep they're going. A 1917 win. And I don't mean the year.
Huh?
Over FPX. To be able to pull that one away.
They've all gone to OT.
They've gone so deep. But they've beaten such excellent teams on this map.
And early damage that Zest took meant that over the rifle to somebody else with a bit more health to work with. Turret needs to be destroyed though. Buzz going to be activating that dash as well as he tries to make the moves. All the way forwards. It's going to be the door closed onto them now as they look at the swarm and contain the players here. Yeah, Crashes is doing a good job of biding time and buying time for the rest of his team. But still, he's at the back of the site and he needs to be dealt with. Classic right click. Still, the angles are going to be watched for and he has nowhere left to run.
Mako cleans things up. Buzz with 3 in the round as well. And DRX, at the moment, demonstrating a very slow, very controlled beginning to these rounds, and then picking a site and bursting. No splits, no mid-control yet. Just watching for the Optic aggression, looking to punish, and then bursting into a site.
Now looking at this bonus round here for DRX. What direction do they want to take it in? Still, very split and spread out across the map with their attacking protocol.
I'd be tempted to have Buzz get full armor and just use the knives here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Choosing to go with a hero vandal.
At least some playmaking opportunities off of that, but maybe a read coming through. Knife going to be tagging. So EA is going to be backed away. Now a drone to try and get a re-clear going into mid as well. Gives Zest a bit of information, but broken, so it's going to add some question marks in terms of wondering, is there a player playing on top of the pizza box?
Definitely. The smoke comes down here and they're looking to set up for an A split. Optic with the double face. Yay, Victor controlling this area with the fragment grenade already used, or perhaps not invested in this round actually.
Oh,
Beautiful flash over the top. Yay was playing anti.
oh, ये jet खेल रहा है भाई.
Another flash play and it's run and gun. There's a name of the game. Stag somehow beams down too.
Only 2 players left alive though for
I feel
DRX,
very weird
2v3.
Yeah,
They haven't broken the alarm bot in mid, and FNS continues to control B, mid, and allow the Optic players to stack on the other side. It does look like FNS is going to get tested though.
Yeah. There's 30 seconds left in this round.
30 seconds left.
Going to be making the play now over towards B.
Even if FNS falls here, there's still great retake tools with the paranoia and the drone online. The question is just whether FNS can do damage, can get a kill, can make this even easier for Optic.
That's time going to be bought there. The nanoswarm has popped off. Rotation's finally going to start to come through, and FNS is in trouble here at the back of the site. Sees does not connect. It's going to be lighting them up though. Beautiful dart across the map, but it has to be held now. FNS does not have much to work with, but he is still anchoring. But Mako wins the fight. Down to that 2v2. The drone gets good value here, and it's up to Stacks holding close now to see if he can make some moves. Whips it around with the rifle. Marved isolates it, takes it to the 1v1. Him versus Stacks.
Oh, no,
it's a fake TP in a smoke dash across the site. It's going to cause misinformation that he's looking for, but Stacks over the side, and he wins it out. 4 kills, and the bonus round secured.
Bro, ये तो third map जाने वाला क्या?
DRX with a great beginning to this map, and Stacks stepping up alongside Buzz. Stacks has been so quiet in this series so far. A player that's normally pulling out huge moments. But Ascent is a bit of his playground. It doesn't matter whether he's playing the Breach or here on Fade as well. Looking so clean in the clutch.
Oh shit, I think Stack just said
That
इनको
bonus
बहुत
round was just
मारूंगा
boomed
तो.
Optic.
सच में बहुत मारूंगा ऐसा बोला होगा. Trust me, I know.
Absolutely dreadful. You can see him just opting to try and take some risks here. They still want to fight this one. At least they did for a moment. Flash. Victor, Marved. Was really opened himself up to some angles there when he just spamming the sheriff.
And I felt like the last time we watched Optic, they had a ton of different set plays. They were borrowing Leviathan's set play to put pressure onto people that were starting their default over on tiles. Then they were using all of this space in mid, with Yay pushing. All of these ideas now need to be retooled with the different composition that they're working with. Changes everything about their play. And it makes things much more standard, I think. There are, of course, pros and cons. You're hoping you can come out with some ideas that DRX won't have VOD reviewed.
Deploying drone.
But the start here of this map, very much in DRX's control, and it's another really slow round. The first minute on the clock, barely doing anything for the Korean team. Just making sure that Optic don't have an aggressive play that works.
But a play now being made. Smokes going to be laid down with a haunt over the top as well. Crashes does have that recon. He's looking to try and send it out for a bit of a spam angle, but it doesn't reveal anything. Positioning going to be gained now onto the side as well. Lovely sees over the top that just finds the feeder. Crashes, locks him in place up onto heaven. Pop flash play with a paranoia. That's supplemented really quite nicely here. Optic, they had a window of opportunity, but guess what? There was a pull in place at the door. No one able to really just push up the back of all that utility that was being used. And a 4th round here for DRX. This is them looking like they are really trying to stake their claim, I think, on the global stage.
Optic take a timeout. This is not the start to Ascent that they would have been looking for. Barlow talked about it on the decks though. Both of these teams actually feel like they can pick a side and dominate it on Ascent. Coming into this tournament, I would have told you that Optic are much better at the defense sides. In general, Ascent is a very defense-sided map with the way that the current meta works. But I think you throw most of those expectations out of the window.
Bro, ये map तो लग
Not
रहा है
just because
DRX
these
जीत
teams have
जाएगा.
put up crazy attack
And
sides,
third map
crazy
के लिए
comebacks,
that
but also
momentum will
because
carry
of
on
the
for
pressure
sure.
of the moment.
So it depends on third map, first
Map
few
in a
rounds
series
who
that
is
defines
stronger.
whether one of these teams moves on to the grand finals. And for DRX, it defines so much more about their
Chat
legacy
looks
as
chill.
well.
So
Optic have already really got that
everything's
sealed
good.
up.
They're
They're already
calm.
the best team in the open circuit era. DRX are hunting for, in some senses, so much more.
Rossi, mat jinx karo.
Validation
Rossi, why no
maybe
energy,
as
bro?
well.
I'm very sleepy.
Yeah.
You guys are
Trying to
more
live up to the
tired.
expectations that I think a lot of the fan base, the community, that rallies behind a team like
So
DRX has
nahi
been
kya
hoping
jana mein? No.
that they can do.
No.
And the weight of that seemed like it was crumbling them in maps 1 and 2. But the comeback on Fracture,
Off the back of Mako.
off the back of Mako dropping 27, and now this start, perhaps some of that responsibility can now turn into enjoyment as you realize that you're actually fulfilling it.
The energy is there, but Optic off the back of this timeout now are going to be making adjustments, notably Ye here with the operator.
And this is very much a similar play that Ye usually goes for. He's got Crashies with him this time to try and break any recon darts, that
Put in
kind
the
of
angle
thing.
as well at tiles, just in case.
Rossi,
But
why
think about the way
Chapri
that Ye
still?
would play this on Chamber. He'd always be able to escape
See,
in
there
a
are
moment.
two things in
Whereas now he needs
what
to
is
preempt it
Chapri
with
to
the
you
dash.
might not be
And so
Chapri
these
to me. What is
passive-
Chapri to me? Why
not
not?
passive, but
may not
aggressive
be Chapri
positions
to
that he
you.
holds for a
I don't
long
know.
period of time don't work as well.
Yeah.
He needs to be getting
What
very
you like,
mobile around the
I
map
may not like.
in order to.
What I
Yeah,
like,
it does.
you may
It-
not like.
It can feel like the two agents are quite similar, but the way you maximize value
You
can be
really
a little
cannot
different.
satisfy anyone.
The spike is over towards B. This knife across the map. RB, this looks like it's going to land on A for an A fake. Knife over the top. Two
Stacks.
players there.
Nightfall.
Nightfall as well. Yeah, they are really selling this fake quite well. A lot of utility
Oh,
being
did they
dumped into this
rotate?
one,
Oh,
including Buzz,
GG.
who
Oh,
is
no, wait,
up close and
wait,
personal, but Mav
Did they
will shut
realize?
that
Yeah,
one
they
down.
did realize.
The B side, timing is everything. This time FNS has caught on to it though.
FNS pulled back the turret, but he still has the nano
And
swarm.
they have the crossfire, crashes. The
Round
high runner
one
market.
on the board.
The spike needs to be reclaimed, but with 22 seconds left, Marv as well. Tries to take the fight straight to them here. Not enough to win it
You're
out.
looking younger now.
Stacks too far away
Thank you,
to
guys.
do too much else.
Young
10
and,
seconds
That is a
young and
really
wise.
cute idea for a
Young and
round.
dumb.
Especially coming out the back of an Optic
Old and
timeout.
wise.
Throw something very unusual at them. And Optic, I think, were a little lucky to get away with that.
Yeah.
If the defensive setup had been different and FNS was on A, I think that round definitely works. And if FNS has his nano
अच्छा
swarms
लग
in
रहा
more
है
passive
black man.
positions, you know, a double setup down lane, for example, or one at the switch to catch Buzz's dash, any of those kind of setups also help DRX. But the spot was just so good. Look at that nano swarm where it is on the floor. It stops Cess coming in and just allows
Nice
all the
shot.
Optic players to get back to the B side
All
that
good,
they'd
bro.
abandoned.
Push not to P.
It's a common spot that just keeps getting laid down there by FNS.
Actually, हैगा switch जो अच्छा है. Oh, thank you.
It does throw a wrench into their plans.
Ye is in an incredibly deep angle right now. Anticipating a fast B push with RB using his null command.
वैसे भाई
Instead,
practice
DRX are
में
still
imperfect है,
slow,
match में
still
नहीं. It is
cautious.
because आपका practice में bots
Just
खड़ा
poking their
रहता
way.
है. आपके
Prodding
match
towards
में
mid, looking for a
your
bit of that
only goal
information,
is to
especially
shoot.
this alarm bot, which they
In game,
don't know
there
where
are
it is. Okay,
spells.
smoke.
There are
This
different
common
types
angle,
of
the only other
players,
angle is really
aggressive
gonna be-
players,
Yeah,
passive
smoke is not
players,
great, though.
people who kills you
Ye
from
still
behind,
watches it.
people who
And so
kills
they
you
don't have to worry about the
surprisingly,
alarm bot
people
anymore.
use utility
Great
to
clear by Optic.
move your
Look at this,
aim or
Victor
crosshair.
and Marv again
There are a lot
making
of
moves.
things.
All this space being gained into A main as well gives all the information to Optic that it's probably going to be leaning into the B hit.
And FNS is so far away here, he won't get caught by the null command. These nano swarms will still go off.
Fully intentional. There you go. The call has been made. Nano swarms on top of the switch. They know where Buzz has been dashing. It's a counterplay in action,
still
but
they
all the
cannot
utility in
stop
the world
Buzz.
still
Buzz
gets
and
dumped into this site. It's down to Ye. Anchoring at the back,
Ye
but
missed
being
that.
spammed out and pressured just too hard.
Oh, so clean,
Says-
boys.
3 kills in a round for him.
Looking very scary.
Lovely little reset and adjustment with the aim to make sure that it was properly cleaned up.
Why I didn't go to Istanbul?
And Brent, that is
don't know,
DRX
you know.
finding value in a round where they got hard red.
Hard red.
I mean, FNS has his nano swarms and is playing on the other side of the map to avoid getting suppressed.
Yep. Ye's
He
at
pops
the back of the site anchoring.
Ye was at the back of the site with his operator, found a kill, wasn't able to do too much more, but that was the game plan from the
Oh,
beginning.
let's go.
They even read where
DRX.
Buzz is going to dash to.
Nano
DRX.
swarms to where he's dashing.
I mean, Optic had every piece of that worked out,
Let's
and
go,
DRX
let's go.
still won. The way that they entered into the site was immaculate, and no one was really anchoring in a position where they could use the fact that Buzz was disrupted by nano swarms.
Yeah.
The game plan was there. but the details and the execution not working for Optic. And I feel like this slow pace to the beginnings of the rounds is frustrating Ye. He hasn't been able to get into this defense just yet. We haven't seen a round where Ye has dominated him.
Bro, ये को jet क्यों दिया भाई? चिंबरी ले खेल लेता बिंदास.
DRX are containing to this degree. They're making sure that any sort of aggressive push that might come through from Optic
on jet
dealt with accordingly. And look at you can feel like almost just the anti behavior there, the double updraft just to see if he can catch a glimpse of someone in mid.
And then here comes the drone. So now there are going to be people in mid. Ye burning both of those updrafts, but he could still go for a challenge. Yeah. Looks like he wants to fight.
He wants to fight, and he will claim his reward.
45.
Pops the dash off the back of that one too. But DRX, they're not going to stop. Continue to contact their way up mid. And when you play this slowly, your executes have to be perfect. There's only 20 seconds left.
Lambot now is going to spill out a pretty familiar tail. Now a swarm there, again cutting up this choke point. There's not a lot of time here. DRX trying to make the most of this one, but Optic could absolutely boom this one. But it's a dart over the top, and it's down to Ye. The widest swing of Zest will clean him up. And where is the spike? It needs to be planted.
It just gets down. Crashies had his Hunter's Fury there. Chose not to invest it. This flank is coming through from Victor. Crashies could still ult.
It's a 2v3.
I don't think Crashies should ult.
Exchanged as well. One side to the other. Zest is so low here. He's vulnerable to
2v3
any sort of utility might get used. What a kill to find. Paranoia is going to force the issue. Oh, nice. And Marv cleans up once more.
So good.
2 kills to try and cover his teammates. A beautiful, beautiful retake there by Optic.
Very nicely done by Optic. But still only 2 rounds on the defense side. Everything working so far for DRX. That round, the time does end up being a little bit of a problem, but they still got into position. Had Crashies not been able to find that kill on Mako,
oh chill man, fun, all good.
Had Mako been able to stay alive, I don't think this retake works. It's all coming down to fine details, but DRX are in control of a map in the first half for the first time. Both teams with the Hunter's Fury as well. That's going to make it difficult for FNS to get value out of the lockdown. He's still holding on this B position as the rest of DRX go towards A main quickly. But every time they slow it down.
Chill, I'm all cool, bro.
Fast hit. Willing to disrupt his utility by holding in A main. Knife pushes it back.
I am not offended.
Get a bit of a paranoia flash play off of the anti-flash position of RB. He tried to swing out there, but a double face was what he was going to be meeting.
And it's another 4v5 round. DRX just lost one of those prior, where Ye was again able to get the first kill. DRX this tournament have been winning nearly a third of their 4v5 rounds. On Fracture, in the first half, they were winning 45%.
Thanks for ladki dilwa dunga. Oh, cool bro, then I'll forgive you
to continue the momentum
for
going.
whatever you are not done.
One-way setup, 50 seconds in the round. These knives are a definite problem for DRX when they're just trying to be a little bit more sly with the way that they're taking this round. But now the dash activated, and it's probably going to signal that they want to try and go off of this, but dashes to the side, in fact got a kill as well. Fragment Nade not going to be doing the work that it was supposed to. Updraft over the top onto Jenny. The Paranoia latches on, and what a spray down. But from the side, Zest returns back into the action.
And the recon dart there is also perfect.
Spam through the door, through the wall. To the ceiling, Hunter's Fury to try and deny this one. Time is running so low. FNS, 2 health to his name. Positioning, spike planted. He's been caught out. And it is just down to Crashies. He's been so consistent, so clean with it over the course of this entire tournament. But in a 1v2, the setup is not ideal for him.
He's got recon in 3.
Could get information off of it, but the top of the spike, it does force it in the reposition here onto the side. Back has been caught, and a double face is just impeccable.
I don't feel good.
What a beautiful round from DRX. It's another 4v5. And if you're able to convert with a player disadvantage, as well as DRX are, it doesn't matter that you're getting the first kills. It really doesn't matter.
Just getting a preview as well of what's occurring in terms of the timeouts being called. This is Optic with their second timeout being used in the first half of this map. That spells honestly out what the current mindset might be for this team as well. As
This Watchparty is
against,
about to
at first, what seemed like just easy opponents. Another day in the office.
Yeah, the first two maps.
Who do you
Optic
think is the
looked
best
so
Valorant player,
dialed in.
best team right now?
It felt like
Both
Reykjavik all over again,
Optic and
where they were
Optic,
going to lose the upper bracket allowed and cruise through a top-seeded Asian team. And DRX have still got fight in them. They've still got bite in them.
Bootcamp कब वापस जाना है
sure that the history
पता नहीं
doesn't repeat
तो
itself
कुछ
for
आइडिया
now.
नहीं है जाऊंगा नहीं जाऊंगा कब जाऊंगा क्या
What's so
करूंगा,
interesting
पता
there
नहीं.
about that round that we just watched as well is that Optic
Maybe-
decided not to double up for camel
maybe
control and tree control,
October,
which would
yeah,
be
November,
the
I don't
standard
know.
play. And instead, Marved and Ye were both anchoring very deep onto the sites. And that allowed DRX to get in and trade.
CTR
You
हो
also
गया,
had
yeah,
Buzz entering through tree with a ridiculous kill.
Yeah.
ऐसा
And the
से
battle
पता
of the
ऑपरेटर
Jets.
कैसे प्रैक्टिस करते हैं ब्रो रेंज में
It's been-
Yes, it is heated.
रेंज में
It
ड्रोन
has
को
been
ऐसा शूट
back
करता है
and
तो
forth, but it feels like no matter how much Ye does, they're still not able to capitalize. It's the late round that's defining these last two maps, not the early round.
There's no loss of nerve from the DRX players when they get into those scenarios, when they lose a player early. Deeper knife. Tag onto the one again, but you're going to be seeing a similar tale over and over and over again, it seems. DRX are conditioning so heavily for the slow beginnings. Almost every single round that they've played so far on this attack side has just been off-the-rip containment, making sure that Optic
Look,
feel like
Bengaluru
they
leader
can't
all
get
the
away with
project
any
easy.
aggressive plays on the defense.
And FNS has normally had his killjoy utility spread between mid and B. This is the first round I
don't you
can
think if
remember where
DRX
he's put
loses
it
this map
heavily
they'll
on
be
A.
first for Heaven? Yeah, of course, because Heaven is
He
kind
doesn't
of
have
DRX favorite,
anything to
like,
work
or
with
the
Yeah, he's just holding it with a classic.
they're really good on that.
This
Plus
should
they'll be
absolutely
having the
be
momentum of
DRX
winning
getting up to
2
second.
maps in a row, and Optic will
Yeah, in
be in
fact,
the form
preempting
like,
that Prowler.
oh, we
drops
won
off.
2 maps and we could have closed
dash
this out,
forwards.
but we lost 2 maps in a row.
Into the Cloudburst, just trying to
Like,
again
the
hide
mental
the movement. Yeah,
won't
you're
be that
close
strong.
with the classic.
It depends on
Don't
the
get
team
too much
players
done. In fact,
also.
Buzz is there once more, cracking open the sight.
But yeah,
Just easy pickings for
30
DRX.
seconds left.
And they're also
Logically-
reading the defensive utility that's coming through. Crashies has
DRX
been playing
will
from
be favorites
market
going
pretty
for
frequently
the final
and
map.
throwing out a recon dart that's designed to catch the players from DRX as they push in.
Yeah.
And Buzz is using both of his cloudbursts to hide from it, allowing his teammates to break it.
Great flank from Zest in mid. Tip top
Oh,
goes
no.
the rifle, but no kills flooding through.
nah, man,
That's a
all
wonky
good.
one.
It's
It
not
is
like
a weird one, but in a 2v3,
It's
FNS and Marv, they do claim rifles in this round.
Yeah, it's given rifles away. And honestly, the DRX economy is not amazing here. It might be worth Marv sticking around for these exits.
Play to the killer
Last
two.
player standing.
We'll get
One
one.
enemy remaining.
In fact, another one as well. Down to that 1v1 stacks. Will probably end up keeping his rifle into this one.
They did 12
Just
for
running
combat,
himself
yeah.
away, but it is that 7th round that you were talking about for DRX. They have such a commanding lead on this map. Such a commanding lead. And they just feel primed and ready almost. They want to bring it to that map number 5.
I haven't been very impressed this tournament with Optic's defense on this map. And prior to Champs, that was their best
Oh, they look
area.
happy.
However, Optic's attack side has looked pretty good. So again, don't
They
write
play
these
so
teams
weird.
off yet.
This side
This
feels
map can
like
still
they're
go in
unaware of how to
multiple
stop
different
stairs.
directions.
I know, right,
But
Malav?
so
Buzz
far,
is
DRX in
entering
commanding control.
boat, closed door,
And it's these
and
slow
stairs.
beginnings.
Every single time.
That Optic are struggling to
I
gain
don't know.
advantages from. And with that prior comp, Optic were fighting so much for both A main and
Like,
B main.
Buzz
Now
is
they have to
getting-
give one of them up for the killjoy.
Like nobody's, I feel
We
like
don't
nobody's
have
even trying to
triple
shoot him.
initiators to
Nobody's
work around,
looking
and this
at
looks
him.
like a faster play. This is the prior conditioning, and guess
Like,
what?
see?
Optic were not ready
Fuck,
for
I
it.
don't
Not in the
understand.
slightest!
Not ready for it, man. All that slow play culminating into this round
don't
right
know.
here, right
Actually
now,
don't know
as
what's
soon
happening.
as they turn up the tempo.
Spike planted.
What a beautiful
कल
shift
Friday
of the
stream
gears.
announce होगा, any thoughts? नहीं bro, कल नहीं होगा.
Optic on a round where their economy could get broken, and it will be. Unless they go for the save right now. Any commitment to a retake there would have
Our
utterly
Our
ruined
chain,
Optic's
good,
chances
good,
of
good,
recovering
yeah,
the half at all.
Yeah.
8 rounds for
G up current on
DRX.
no idea.
And that is just,
Should
I mean,
either
you're
put a kill
totally
volley
right,
on
Brad. That is a
market
perfect conditioning. Just
roads.
slow round after slow round after slow round. Hitting with 20 seconds
Yeah,
on the clock, 30
maybe,
seconds
yeah,
on the
but
clock. And then
I
within the
don't know,
first
bro,
20
you-
seconds, A minute 20 left
If
to
you
spare.
ask me, I just
Buzz is dashing
kill
in
him
on
from
A.
backside.
And
right?
FNS was caught with a prowler
With sight mollies
latched onto him, running back
or
into
lane
hell.
mollies. I put
I
I put mollies lane
The call for that, I think,
or
came off the
side.
back
You
of the
know
fact that
when they
Victor
jump
normally
from lane to side,
knifes
the
that
right
position pretty
side.
close.
And he
He
kills
ends
the
up getting
stair guy
suppression on 3
from
targets, and it does stop any sort of
green
fast,
box
aggressive play.
or
There was no
any
knife
box.
play
I
this
don't
time.
know. Backside.
all of the
Fucking
aim
kill him.
control
He's
for
just
free.
running.
Yeah, look at that. Just leads Buds
What
in
the hell?
perfectly.
Yeah, you've got recon dart at work there. You've got a prowler as well. He dashes into his smoke, and FNS
Oh, Astra
lit up like
comes
a Christmas
backside.
tree.
Oh, okay. I don't know then.
The RX look like they're set
Wait,
up to go for
Astra
that
doesn't
pivot play
cover
again,
the
Brent,
entire
where they could go for a
backside,
fast,
does it?
could go slow.
Here we
It's
go.
quick again.
More disrespect.
At least
Being
it's way
shown. Fragmented into the corner. Arby will get the one.
No, I
But
don't
guess
know, but
what?
I still
Okay,
don't
Marvin and
think
FNS.
you should
Rifles
get
in
that
hand.
much free area.
actually fighting for it this time instead of sitting back. But the bad side, the downside there for Optic is that they lose their killjoy, and it makes all of that utility over at Catwalk useless.
Triple
They also
initiate
lose a lot of their info. But of course, they're up 4v3, and that might
give us Indian lane.
might make
Triple
all the
initiator
difference.
working very good.
With Victor still alive, I think they are very worried of a potential pop flash play through main again. But the RX have not given up too much ground.
You know, whether something will.
Deer at least in the head.
Yeah,
making
yeah.
noise there.
Yeah, there's a footstep.
I think Ye might have been able to hear
Woulda,
that
shoulda,
one.
coulda.
Still the nightfall. That's going to be scattered across the point. Now with a
Oh, yeah, he
dart
stopped
to
him.
the side as well.
no.
Somehow Ye still lands a shot. And guess what? He's still going to be
Yeah,
here,
he's what
remaining
they
right
need to win
behind
this
Dice.
game, guys.
It's up to DRX to try and remove him, but this guy is just nigh unstoppable when he gets going.
Yeah, I think it's very
That
obvious
is a huge
now.
round from Brent.
Yeah, he will kill.
From Ye, Brent. You're not playing. It's a huge round from Ye, but I think what you said there is so key. When he gets going. And I feel like this is the only round where we've seen impact from him on this map. Everywhere that he's been prodding with the jet, DRX have not committed. And he's been struggling so much to get a read on where DRX are going to finish
Yeah,
because
that messes me also.
DRX are
Wherever I
silent.
hope people don't
They're
know.
silent, they group, they push. It makes it so difficult for Ye to read where he should be on the map.
Spike's leaning over towards B main as well. The reposition once more. There are so many ultimates online.
Oh, nice.
Oh, they thought it was going to be a crunch there.
Tiles crunch. Two of the players are playing anti-flash close to the wall.
They heard the knives being popped from Ye and immediately went into a protocol to try and
This
stop a
is a
mid-crunch.
different direction, but Stax has got the angle locked. Did he expect Victor? Pop flash play, fully blinded up. He does return and eventually trade it.
And now a rare round where Optic actually have the main control. Victor pulling out the operator. Not quite hitting that flick. But the amount of control they have on the outsides of the maps, the extremities, is massive here. Victor just has to make sure he doesn't get punished. Look at where Marco is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Backs off just in time. That internal clock in his head.
Realizing that there was a possibility.
Marco
In fact,
doesn't
he's
peek
watching
this
this
right.
angle. Is Marco just going to be walking into this? Lockdown's going to be
Oh,
used.
no,
It is gonna be
timing.
an attempt into B. You can feel that no command as well. Spreading waves out as well. No ability is going to be able to use here by Crashies. Did he just not anticipate it? The knife was out, man. But Victor looks like to be the playmaker. Has to try and make the moves, and has a TP recontest. That was an attempt by Marv as well to try and play back with Victor. Now the knowledge is there from him, and another pop flash play. This guy has been a bit of a miracle worker for them.
Buzz was thinking about going and trying helping RB there and trading FNS. Zest is tucked behind this Cosmic Divide as well.
One shot, finds the target, finds the mark to the cranium. Wider swing out, and Zest is still tucked. Surely the pressure being applied. Moves backwards.
No way they
Smoke gonna
expect
be
him.
dashed across. The spray down, he's got his ult. The dart team down. So he stays alive here. Marv, what can you do to win this? Surely it's not winnable. It has to be the stick from Marv. Hunter's Fury as well. TP up top. Marv the playmaker. Tries to make him a time has been bought. Expert maneuvering by Zest. That claims him the 9th round
So
here
good.
for the Red Bull clutch.
Switching sides.
What a beautiful half from DRX. On a map where they're 3-0 at champions. This was masterful. The attacking round, so slow, so patient, never giving Optic any opportunities.
Oh,
and the
so
late
good.
round plays were just immaculate as well. DRX have been on a heater these last two, and they've put serious pressure. The ball is in Optic's court right now to try and return.
DRX have got all the confidence in the world. What can Optic possibly do to come back from this one, Desk?
apparently they need to start viewing Burn. I know you had a really good half there, but how good was Zest as well, Achilles?
Okay,
Zest
so
too good.
throughout this tournament, Zest has kind of been an unsung hero for DRX. This guy has been excluded from MVP votes, but he has put up some serious numbers in the past, and he is doing it again. I think back to that series versus FPX, the Ascent map that went 19-17. That was Zest top fragging at the end of the day after that 2-0. This guy has been an absolute monster throughout this tournament. He hasn't been at the forefront. He hasn't been as huge as Buzz, but he's still a monster.
And this was a really cool round attempt here by DRX. But the thing is, Optic responded very well from it. This is one of 3 rounds that they won, and it was a complicated fake sold by DRX, and Optic still are able to respond. DRX after this, they just decide to, let's keep it simple. Let's go back to what we're normally doing, because clearly in this comp that Optic is playing with the Jet, with Ye, it's not as practiced. So FNS, if he's reading the game, DRX understood that that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think the adaptations from DRX across this series were really on point, or across this map, I should say. Ascent is looking dominant. That's their attack side, and as we look ahead towards the defense, I think the biggest question is, how is Ye going to be playing now that he's on the Jet? This heat map is his kills when he's normally playing on that chamber role. And you notice a lot of them are kind of lurking deep, getting kills towards backsides, towards spawns. Now that he's playing the Jet, he's going to be forced to be that dive, to be the tip of the spear. He'll have less opportunity to have those big moments with the op, and will have to be more reliant on creating space for his team.
Well, one thing we have to consider is obviously this is a complete comp shift here. Typically at this event, we've been seeing these weak attack sides. We just saw a dominant one from DRX. And I think with the Optic comp, we kind of have to hedge a little bit against that type of idea where it's going to be super dominant defense sides. And it's still something that they can bring back. Obviously 9-3, it's a really tough task, but you can't go and say it's attack side. They're not going to have any chance.
Well, Optic, they have a chance to close it out here if they can activate the 9-3 curse. Saisho and Bren, do you think they can do it?
Doesn't exist.
Well, DRX, every single game that they played recently of Ascent has gone to OT, which would it would tell you some similar tales, I suppose, that there's a chance that Optic could make it happen.
And Optic's attack sides have looked pretty decent, but that was with the other comp.
Yeah.
And you heard the desk talking about it, Mimi discussing how Ye plays when he's on chamber. That was starting to get figured out, especially in the game against Loud. Felt like they were getting the read on that. Maybe Optic afraid that that would happen again here. But let's go, we're heading into round 13. Optic need a comeback. Otherwise, DRX have managed to push this to map, I should say, 5.
Who is this?
All the way to the limits.
Best of five क्या हाँ?
Kind of team as well. They probably didn't think that.
Next final map है.
Especially off the back of the way that this series started, a team like DRX probably not capable of pushing them.
So this pistol round is very needed.
In these situations, they know what it's
If
like
they lose
to play
pistol
from
round is
behind.
GG.
I'm going to be looking to try and make some marks and make some moves. That's going to be the drone used early
Oh,
on.
force people at Oh no,
Yeah,
please
Fragment
don't
came
come
out
here.
immediately, and instantly as well. That's started the lurk from FNS
Oh no,
and
they
Marv.
committed.
They're backstabbing.
All the way through. There's no one else really just playing.
Bye bye,
window.
thank
Finally,
you,
the teammates
GG.
coming into card, but oh boy, Buzz is just absolutely
चलो bye.
tearing them asunder.
Map 5 जाते हैं.
3 kills in a round for him, and it was just ice cold. The Optic attack there, Josh,
Use hair
was
product.
really
No,
disjointed.
कुछ नहीं use करता.
3 players
I need
coming
to
through the
actually.
main primary choke point
I
there,
have to go see.
but there was no follow-up from the side. There was no other pressure.
Yeah, they actually
Ooh,
went for a double
Buzz.
backstab through Catwalk, and it was just ended up being too late. FNS picked up 1 kill on RB, and that was all that they managed to do with FNS and Marv.
Buzz
That
so
could
good.
be the round that seals it on this map. Optic tried something different here on Ascent, and it is not working. Look at that Jet head-to-head. 17 and 8 for RB, or for Buzz, sorry. 17 and 8 for Buzz. And on the other side of things, Ye not really finding the same opportunities to get into the game.
Oh, if yeah had chamber, I
Will be
think
the tip
different
of the spear
story.
on this attack side, but when they've
Honestly.
lost the pistol, there are so few rounds to give up.
There's no room. There's no buffer room anymore.
No.
Not on this map.
And DRX have done such a fabulous job of putting Optic in a tough position. At the beginning of the
Kappa, welcome to the stream.
Optic looked, they look bad. They look pissed off. They look like they wanted to get as quickly as possible into the grand finals. And now they're being forced to take a real fight.
DRX proving to be a much trickier target than intended. Successful fall. He was
Oh!
in a bit of a sideline position. What
Why
is
is
that
he
by Ye?
so sharp?
Just as we're talking about the fact he needs to be the tip of the spear, he delivers 2 entry kills like that.
Got to see a couple of more moments like that, I think, from El Diablo for a shot of this one, but he has made this round more than winnable for his team. Look at them, all grouped up towards the back of the site. Victor's really the only person playing up close.
DRX won the pistol round on Breeze, I think it was. He got beaten straight back. It looks like the same's happening here.
And what is the play? How do you maneuver around this one?
Mako-san.
Losing too many guns. A call has to be made, and Mako just wants to evacuate. He wants to get out of there, save the weaponry if they can. Whatever they can. Fragment nade stops them in their tracks. Oh, what? Through the wall? What?
They're so sharp.
I mean, listen, if there
Crowd
was ever
goes,
around for
what?
a Ye moment, it would have been that one. But that is just ridiculous. Show me a replay of that one.
I mean, that is a monstrous round. Replay. Here it is.
Ooh.
What is that?
It's a great kill, but Zest was already flashed up. It's this one that broke my brain. I mean, that is so good on the stacks.
In the pull. And check this one out. Fully revealed.
Oh.
Pure prediction, pure instinct. Obviously knew where he was just from the highlight, but Ye was just on another level in that.
But again, like Fracture, yeah, I corrected myself, not Breeze, it was Fracture, where RB was able to get the pistol round win for DRX and immediately Optic responded back. It's happened again here. But that time, on Fracture, it felt like things were very even.
Sure.
And that could have given Optic the lead. In the end, it didn't. Here, Optic desperately needed that insane play by Ye to even keep things possible for a comeback.
Oh,
That
Jenny.
is a
Jenny
single
looks
solitary
so
lifeline that they can hold on to.
DRX do have plenty of timeouts in the back pocket, obviously using the first one.
Optic already burning both of those.
Yeah.
Optic burned both of their timeouts by,
Super early.
what was it, round 8 or something? Very early on.
It's going to give DRX a bit of an advantage to work with, but Optic, they're just that kind of team, man. You think they're down and out, but they have the experience to pull through in tough situations like that, tough scenarios. If Ye can keep it up as well, that kind of form that he showed in that last round, could be looking at a more even map.
He's been a superstar for Optic.
Oh, it's a Hero Vandal for
Not
Mako.
on Jet.
Here.
We have seen it in the past, however.
Why?
We know what
Okay,
it's
yeah,
capable of.
Spectre.
Coming into this round with only a Sheriff. Oh no, he's got a Spectre to work with as well.
Oh.
For the one taps. Respect being shown, and guess what? Even the jiggle peak, you're not safe from this guy.
That prompts Mako with the hero rifle to double up with Buzz on Catwalk. And Mako's going to re-clear mid. So they're going to have a pretty decent idea that the pivot has gone into B main right now.
Got another that contained. Outburst again. Drop down to the feet there, so they will open it for them. Now that's almost well clearing out all of these positions. Yeah, with the side anchor gone of Zest, this does become more difficult. The rifle was exchanged there. Mako took a lot of damage and he dropped it into the hands of Buzz. It looks like they still want to try and make some moves, maybe do a bit of economical damage. What a shot dart. Containment with the angles though. And there you go. Okay.
Ye doesn't need to see his opponents to kill them apparently. And now Mako needs to hold on to this rifle. Just in a super safe spot. And Ye is going to try and hunt for this one. If Ye dies or gets a kill, he's got knives for the next round. I mean, he might want to work up to an attack op as well. He does like to go for that occasionally. It's actually FNS who's the closest, but nobody's spotting Mako.
I think part of this danger now as we head into deeper and deeper into this next half of this map is the fact that Ye wasn't getting good value on the defense side. They were avoiding him a lot of the time, you know, making sure that they weren't playing within the op sight lines, making sure that they mitigated a lot of the stuff that Ye could do by playing so slowly. When Optic are on the attack side, they get to pick and choose the pace to a degree, and Ye is unleashed to try and open up these sites for him.
In theory. But there's also a lot of tools that he has to avoid. This triple initiator comp can throw recon darts, haunts, you know, a 0-pointer, fragment grenade, just so many tools, basically.
Yeah.
The DRX have at their disposal that Ye is going to have to weave his way around him. Buzz was doing a great job of that on the attack.
remove the recon though. Early days. RB with a jump peek. Got to be careful that they don't catch a timing with this one as well. Fragment nade in his hands. And one of the downsides, I think, of DRX running this triple initiator comp is that they don't have a bit of that passive map control denial. You know, when you have a trademark in play, if you're running a chamber or whatnot.
Oh, is vulnerable to heat.
Bodies down the sideline.
Only Jet and the KO from heaven.
The most obvious place you can see
Easy. Go A, go A, right now.
I mean, listen.
Oh no, Alpha rotate, GG.
Going to be tickling him for but a moment. Pressing the advantage, moves forward to Buzz with a rifle, sprays down two.
There's an entire
Instant
planet
response
here.
with the swing. DRX are ready to contest, ready to brawl.
Unwinnable spot for FNS. A perfect destruction of that A split attempt coming out from Optic. It looked chaotic on our screens, but really what it came down to is that Optic weren't coordinated enough.
No.
There was utility being used
Fucking
in
mosquito.
layers, but they
Chibai.
weren't following it up fast enough. Yeah, he just got snarled up in tree, and you could see from his position how confusing it was. But Buzz was tagged up by so much stuff. He was getting suppressed, then he got pushed back, then he got paranoia, then he got recon darted, and no one was there to follow up on any of that utility. So it's all about the timing, and it all went wrong for Optic. DRX making that one look absolutely trivial. And I think, hitting on Barla's point earlier, this comp doesn't look as practiced for Optic.
That's the double-edged sword of changing up your composition so late into a tournament. You're not going to have as much practice on it compared to the usual stuff that you've been showing. It's not going to be there for you. And it really does change up everything. Your protocols on attack side, defense side, little set plays that you otherwise were accustomed to.
We talked about how Ye was taking control of the game through mid, and he tries it again on Jet, and Buzz stops it in its tracks.
That's a down timing.
The drones?
Oh, he gets spotted out, has to destroy it. Backs away.
A little lucky to get out with his life there. Zest was close, or rather Stacks, close behind.
Tap of the orb, forced out a bit of that spam. Now you see, it's going to be that lockdown being used. Respect has to be shown here into the corner of the sides. Reconsidering though which way they want to go. It's just a lockdown to try and fake presence. Players are moving all over this place though. RB with a pop flash right through the corner. Victor does trade out the kill.
Oh, FNS calling them back.
This was all a double fake.
Good luck, good luck.
Double fake. Tried to sell it as a fake initially, but space has been granted to them in mid and into the backside of B.
But still very hard, 4v3. They are Odin, bro.
Straight down with the Odin. Victor narrowly avoiding just a beam of damage.
These are going to be rough
live
post-flank
this round.
positions though. Optic, all three players. Oh no, Marv actually got back into B main. So this is looking fairly good here.
Oh, they're gonna fight this.
Marv has got to find the value. Buzz has a choice here. He can either go on a long lurk or meet up with the rest of his team. He just decides there's not enough time to go and flush out a B main player. Everything on Marv.
And Marv has to be the playmaker. Double flash play, swings into
Oh.
it! Two players sprayed, Victor returns with more. And I know where the last is, Zest.
Odin goes
Back
brr.
against the wall now, Nanoswarm pushes him back. He's going to exchange it for the rifle, but the time
Optic
is
are not
ticking.
giving up
The
yet.
spike is ticking. Maybe we get 1 or 2 kills, but Victor, what a set play. Supplementing it, him and Marv, making sure that even with the player disadvantage, they could take that round away.
Chat. I think if I sleep,
such
Optic
a
will win this
beautiful
map.
post-plan.
Okay, let me try,
It
okay?
feels like Victor's
I think I should try,
to
right?
support his teammates on this map is second to none.
Yeah.
It's a little flash. The Marv turns away
I
from
think I feel like that.
everybody just
I
goes
need to
forward.
sleep, so
Victor's really good at that. when they're playing defense as well,
Optic
flashing
can
in
win,
for the players
right?
at back B side to anchor. This
let
pushes
me
DRX
try,
down on front.
let me try. Let me see,
Optic
okay? Let me
are
try.
slowly clawing this one back. The question is whether they have enough buffer rounds to give.
Still only 2 rounds, that's all it'll take for DRX. So, on the eco, Buzz does have the knives available to him. And he's definitely been making plays. Feels like that head-to-head, you know, the Jet. If you Jet match up, RB, flash. Bigger peek into it, has to respect that, no! Okay, hopping away, Optic can't quite claim the kill, dashing into the smoke! Oh, they return the fire! One and for all, trying to barrel their way through though. Optic do not want to give up this space lightly. Bit of a spray down, but the weapon's not quite working out. Still, a Sheriff in the warbang angle. Victor will eventually fall. And up top, Stacks!
What a missed opportunity!
You can't miss shots like that.
But Marv's position has been given away, and he's allowed to slink back.
Back to safety in that 2v3. A rifle in the hands of the Marved! Aggressive positioning was played for.
And Stacks gets another one, another bite at it. This time, able to come away with the goods.
Crashes has to play against the recon dart and is too predictable with the movement. And that buffer that we were talking about prior, DRX.
Chalo guys, no,
Despite the fact they're on that eco round, it matters not. Bringing it to map
मैं सुन रहा था ऐसा headphones.
This round begins. This round begins with a punish onto Ye, really, as he dashes into the site. You know, Victor whiffs the opportunity at killing RB, and then Ye tries to dash in to punish. And instead,
Oh, DRX, let's go!
Someone gets inside Ye's smoke and beams him down with a frenzy. These are just the small gaps that Optic are leaving in their executes, and DRX are exploiting them. Yeah. Marco played it beautifully there with frenzy in hand.
Fully exposed.
And it is a shoddy force buy from Optic.
So weak. Bin juice buy, to take a phrase out of Panpok's book.
Crashies looking like he wants to set up for this.
Oh,
and the jet diff.
It manifests itself. One shot.
Buzz is in.
To
Buzz
the head,
in.
straight
Stop
through the
it.
wall. And Buzz still holding his ground into the close quarters. A 4v5, it has to be the hero play to stay in this map. Finesses
ये तो GG हो गया.
crawled his way up close against this. Using it, but he's revealed. As soon as the smoke dissipates, and the play, well, it's going to have to be made with the Hunter's Fury. Scatters his way across, updrafting, avoiding it, narrowly in the coverage once more. One after the other, swinging through. Full support. As the rest of the DRX roster make short work of the Optic push.
DRX's defense has just looked so good here. Their mastery of Ascent, the positions that they're playing, and try as you might, Crashies is not winning this one. The 1v5.
What a utility used, and as soon as the wall goes down, DRX will not be denied the map 5.
One more map. Final map.
Life poured back into the DRX players after they were able to get that win on
Unbelievable
Fracture.
comebacks.
And now it feels like they're in control.
The confidence is there.
What the hell?
Team that rides the highs and lows of emotions.
Have Optic let this one slip? It is
no.
so incredibly
2-0
rare
to 2-2.
for Optic to have a game that falls away from them. But the DRX fans can feel it.
Small section of the audience, but the crowd, it feels like absolutely multiplied on the side of DRX here, and that is the big question, isn't it, Josh? Optic letting this one slip.
Time for deathmatch, guys. I ended up watching all 5. Haha. Not yet. What is doing, guys? What is doing, guys? What is doing, guys? RP nahi bha, RB hai. I am streaming one last final map. Watchparty.
Vinith. ನೀನ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಫಿಲಿಪೈನ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ಯಾ?
Philippines. Today fake told that in his Philippines something is happening. Philippines. No, not even pine, bro. Fines. Philippines. He said Philippines.
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಗುರು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ
ನಮ್ದು ಆಫೀಸು ಕೋರಮಂಗ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲೇ
ಅಲ್ಲೇ
wait.
ಒಂದು ಯಂಗ್ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ನ ರೇಗಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ guys?
Young talent, you're fucking 27, getting married next year.
Oh fuck, bro. I'm 26, bro, by the way. Not 27. Wait. Philippines, guys.
Philippines.
Philippines.
Fuck it into high power ಎಷ್ಟು?
4.
Oh my god. -4?
Yeah, bro. Of
Holy
course. Why not?
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ನಿಂದು? ಪಾಕೆ ಹಾ
ಏನ್ ಗೈಸ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವೀಪ್ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ನನಗೆ ತರ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು.
They're just batteries.
Rank stream when?
I
Maybe
need a
tomorrow
recharge.
morning.
Fight!
Bro, I'm so confused which way to look. People come, they stop, they come, they stop. I don't like to hold angle in one place for entire year. I've decided. ऐसे ही खेलना है. I'm tired of dying from behind, bro.
Phoenix kill. Rich kill.
Stop killing me from behind.
Dominating. Ten kills remaining. Pathetic. Sure. 5 kills remaining.
Ah! Why is deathmatch harder than ranked?
One kill remaining.
That was a snack. I want a meal.
Match found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
If they try something, I'll see it.
Fight!
Now, where to set up shop? No hard feelings. Goodbye. Buried.
आ जाओ भाई
Put down. Hostile removed. Four out of 5. One dead.
Why am I? Bro, I'm gonna camp. Chat. Fuck this.
One down.
ये देखो shift fuck कर रहा है इधर एक बंदा.
10 kills remaining.
Fuck.
3 out of 5.
Oh lord.
5 kills remaining.
What the fuck?
Healer killed. One dead. Poison's gone.
1 kill remaining.
1 rat left.
चलो भाई, assume game चालू हो गया, right? Match started. Optic 1 pistol. Let's go, let's go.
And it's FNS who cleans up the kills. Spectre in his hands, whips out the sidearm, and he's got the support of the rest of his teammates.
Prime gaming flawless to get us started in map 5 of the lower bracket final. And think back to what Bala said. DRX were really struggling on this side of the map. Of course, there was a Viper in play there, so weird comp. But this is a weird comp as well that DRX are playing. So nothing standard whatsoever here.
Oh, yeah, looks.
Yeah, pretty happy about that one. But at the back of Optic's head, they will be thinking about all of those times where things haven't quite gone right for them on Haven.
Yeah, picked and pulled apart at the seams, especially when they last played this
Oh,
map
yeah,
on
on chamber, guys.
defense side. Doesn't make the most sense in the world, but all right, the Bala was highlighting it about the previous times that Optic have gone up on the global stage playing this map.
Serious read on B right now. Ye was holding with his Marshal and Victor thinking about pushing. They also have all of their Killjoy utility here, and Victor's tucked in the corner. I mean, just everything happening around B.
Slight offset there, the angle of the crosshair placement,
Nice
almost
but
nailing the headshot onto Buzz.
Still doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. What he shot might do at the end of the day, might do quite a bit.
Oh, nahi pada spam.
And it's so interesting the way that Optic are playing this, because Victor's going to get contact way before the alarm bot does, so the alarm bot not really that useful in the round. And DRX are moving over towards A, an area where it's only Crashies, who's used a Prowler right at the beginning of the round, and now has no idea whether people are creeping up on him. But there's just something tickling at the back of Optic's mind that they need to go and help him.
Oh, yeah.
And the timing could not be more perfect.
Such a good read on this. And the shot finds its mark. Too late down by Ye, one prior earlier in the round. There needs to be an attempt from TRX to try and make the moves. The horn over the top, and it's just a slight jiggle. With the movement and the Spectres, a spray down is not in order, or is it? Stacks with the rifle, not enough to reset. Optic claim the bonus.
Yay, back on the chamber. 5-on-1 to start. That
Oh,
is
instant
not
timeout.
such an early timeout.
This was the start that Optic were looking for. To try and deny any shot, any chance of that DRX reverse sweep from becoming a reality.
That almost looked physically like Termi hit the reset button.
Yeah.
Reaching over and making sure that his team takes a moment and takes a deep breath. DRX have never been in a spot like this before, but they've been so good at clawing their way back into this series and previous series in Champions. It doesn't feel like the same team with a tinfoil mental.
But a timeout like this, I think, does signify that. It's very early on for some kind of strategic change across the board. Yeah. It has to imply that there's something off about the comms, the way that they're playing.
Yeah, I would agree. I think at this point you can't really have too much of a read of how Optic are playing. You've only played the pistol round and the bonus round.
Yeah.
So I think you're right there. And we're going to be heading into DRX on a round where they don't have any guns to play with. So the timeout, if it was strategical, is not going to be for round 4. You're going to be looking towards round 5 when rifles are in the hands of these Korean players. And that's why this round ends up being a really interesting one, because it's mostly about ult orbs. You might think it's about doing damage to the Optic economy, but they've got so much money. So actually it's about feeding ult points into the hands of the right players.
Deep Seas will find that connection. There's no utility to really follow up on it though, obviously. Optic not opting to run the raise, which you see more commonly. And it's down to Crashies just to try and push them back at the util that he's dumping here.
Look at the positioning of Ye right now as well. This is another hard read from FNS. He is so deep in the back of the B site with a rendezvous to escape. This is him getting set up for a big B hit on an eco round. And this is FNS's IGLing style. He loves to hard read his opponents and try and get into their heads. He said against Loud yesterday, he'd never been lost like that in a series before.
Yeah. FNS usually with the right idea of what's going on.
It's not the correct read this time around, as DRX set up for an A hit, but it didn't give anything away.
Going to Victor, has to start using those flashes though to try and push this back. How has Buzz got that? Crash is removed from the fight, another flash blade, a curveball, landing right round the side, being swarmed by the sheriffs.
He said just finger ke maar deta.
And another swarm dropped down to the feet of Ye means he can't follow up on all the damage that his team has done, not just yet. But over the top now, FNS.
He spotted Mako going for some kind of
TP play.
TP play there.
Moves back though, 2 rifles in their hands. Josh comes down to this. Mako trying to reposition. Smoke laid down and he is in trouble. Bit of spam, a bit of fire. 2v2. With the rifles, they made their way out of the smoke. RB not covering it, not watching it. Off to the side, spray down. And you gotta have confidence in these scenarios because time is running so low. Yeah, trying to take the fight. What a spray and what a shot found.
Thrifty.
Absolutely magical stuff. And what a round to get DRX back into it.
That is huge. But I've got to question what the heck Optic were doing on their A.
Let's go, do it.
I mean, there are definitely players overwhelming them, but when you take a look at the replay here, sure, Buzz finds a great opener, but then you've just got Victor trapped on the back of the site. He used both of his flashes and didn't swing off any of them. His teammates were holding the right side of the box, but he just never chose the timing to
My
fight.
screen.
Way too scared from Victor there.
Oh no.
Bad time.
I'm so sorry.
Bro,
I really need to see.
And that is going to have big ramifications for DRX's confidence. In a situation where you could have kept them against the ropes, they now believe they can win.
Flashes are definitely connecting as a punishment. That's forward. You've got to be joking.
That is absurd from Buzz.
Just a little bit too far forwards there with the aggression, but an instant
Bro,
play.
I really need
the
to
pivot,
sleep.
but Marv is here.
Marv, they know he's here.
Oh my god, I need to
The
sleep.
attempt was made there. TP onto the side. Now a rolling thunder pushing them back. Paranoia is beautiful. Marv cleans up. Zest with the swing to try and fight back. But what can be done here with the spike has been dropped down? You have no tools to try and reclaim this one, and it's a double up. In fact, even the ultimate being committed here. What? Spray down! And a lockdown will not do squat!
I don't think I've ever seen a spray down like that before, Bren.
Yeah, Phantom.
RB has just pulled one of the most insane spray downs I've ever seen in my life.
1 HP. He gets away from FNS's lockdown and pops down one of his own. And now everything's in the hands of Ye. And he's going to be running into the alarm bot at the back.
How to clutch with the
Deactivated due to how far away RB is. Forced to commit the spike.
Timing is everything.
Oh,
Zest
no.
in the corner. He's low enough.
No way,
Ye could find one shot to turn it into the 1v1.
Oh no, the
and he
crowd.
gets the right read.
Did the crowd give
Doesn't
it
want to
away?
pick up the rifle. Wants to play fast into this one because he knows RB's low.
Like
And the warbangs.
5 bullets.
Surely he goes in. RB swings and wins the 1v1. I do not believe it. The level of confidence. And RB a player, Josh, a player who's been criticized over and over again for not putting up the numbers in the big moments. But watch this.
Oh,
I still don't understand how that shot hit Crashy.
Just disgusting.
He killed them both at once? Did he curve the bullet?
What is FNS doing?
But you're right, Bren. RB has faced so much criticism. He never looked like a big game player. But he's never played a bigger game. And the team took such a gamble sticking with this 5-man roster and changing the roles around, putting RB on Killjoy.
Yeah.
And it is paying dividends here, where it matters most. Optic left reeling after the beginning to this map. Back-to-back rounds from DRX stolen from right underneath North America's nose. And what is this buy? I mean, yeah, as a tour de force, there's a couple of rifles out here.
It's all over the place.
It's a half buy though, and Optic have been dangerous on these rounds.
Victor, back at the side now. That's the flash. Great timing of it, but weapon just not quite good enough. In fact, look at this. Buzz expertly moving away around his own smokes, isolating the fights one after the other.
Popping off.
And Zest covering for FNS as well, who was trying to make a play to deny. Buzz with another dash, getting out of things. And Ye left in a 1v5.
retake karke
as the rest of Optic are left to sit,
it's so
stew,
cruel,
simmer,
dude.
and wonder what has been going wrong in these rounds.
At this point, has to be a swing there. They'll take the fight to Ye though. Lack of confidence perhaps, showcasing it just a little bit, but in a 1v4.
Still 4 players ready to deny the spike.
And all the post-plant utility, aftershock into the corner, another nano swarm. Ye realizes you've got to give this one up.
And what a recovery of this half by DRX so far. 3 rounds in a row from Optic, and they should have been ready to go up to 4, maybe 6. They had DRX against the ropes. And what an incredible counterpunch this has been.
Yeah, right off the back of the timeout.
Yep.
Speaking of Optic, deciding it's time for one of their own.
Oh,
that's a bit of a rough challenge by Crashies as well. When DRX are taking a B hit like that, you've got to anticipate that they're going to fight quickly over one of the connectors. Yeah. And Crashies is stood inside one of the one-ways there, just a snack for Buzz to devour.
And at this point, all the experience in the world, I think, can just start to fade away. Much like this series sometimes has felt, I think Optic taking this time out now to get a bit of a breather. Maybe back on the series at hand because
Oh, see, are you reading our chat? Yeah. Abhi padh raha, yeah.
DRX are looking like they are in the driving seat to maybe complete the first reverse sweep we've seen in the global stage of VCT history in these best of 5s.
DRX came into this tournament with a reputation for consistently choking. Consistency, but by finishing 5th to 6th.
Always bombing out.
If you had told me, Brenda, they were on the verge of being the first team to complete a reverse sweep in a BO5, I wouldn't have thought they had it in them.
No, I'd be like, ludicrous. What year? 26?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe give it a couple of years and DRX will be at that level. But they've pulled it out at the final event of 2022.
Most important stage of the year.
It feels like they're back into this.
Oh, see execute.
And they've
5-man see execute.
Against the ropes.
FNS had the right read though, no?
Timeout being taken by Optic, and they've been good in the past with this one. What kind of adaptations are they going to be making? It's a fast play, flash over the top, the haunt. Was destroyed though, and a lovely stun into the corner. How is Buzz just leading them in like this?
Incredible utility! The execute perfect for putting pressure on Ye and FNS and setting up Buzz on the entry. That is immaculate. A textbook play in how to set up your Jet entry player.
You just have to save if you're Optic. You just have to save.
Goodbye, good night. That round is over in the first 30 seconds.
The timeout that you burnt was off the back of that round. The adjustments that needed to be made.
Just nothing.
Optic's
to Buzz, apparently, especially when he's being supported in this way and form.
And Victor's still holding on to his run it back.
Here.
Yeah. I mean, Victor's had his ultimate, and the whole idea around running Phoenix on this map is that the Phoenix can be very mobile, move around, grab info, but also, crucially, is going to get ult cycling. You're going to get an ult, you're going to use an ult, you're going to very quickly build it back up.
It's not being used.
they just haven't had the moments.
No opportunity to.
Take a look at this replay here. The stun, so it's a fault line, a paranoia. Buzz finds the perfect moment to dip out just as the fault line disappears and the paranoia comes in. And the paranoia just sets up both of those kills immaculately.
Yeah.
And that's already after Ye has been pushed off his aggressive C long line by the Haunt. So every piece of the utility
So precise with the
coming out
timings.
from Zest, Stacks, and Mako works in unison.
And the warbang damage onto Victor.
That is a lot. And it's going to mean he doesn't have his armor for the running back if he chooses to invest the ult this round. Pretty big difference.
Setting themselves up, though, for the C split. Yay, could be, again, the deciding factor. Operator watching the angle. What is going to be used to try and push him off here? Paranoia cut close.
Going to be a close
flash.
Oh,
And it's just a pre-fire from Ye. Respect being shown. Victor moves down into them. And that's the running back finally being used. With Ye at the back of the side. Anchoring, holding, spray down! Zest!
What a timing!
Pound for pound answered back, and they're not done yet.
Marv, though, on the flank, picks up Zest. And he might be able to settle this round back down. Stacks is now left in a 1v2. Had a very rough beginning to this BO5. But Zest is finding more and more value. Here comes Marv on the peak. The timing.
Information, knew exactly where it was.
And that
Great round for Optic to get back into things, and off the back of Ye.
off the back of Ye being full blind, Brent. I think I've got to give credit to Victor here too, though, because he had the narrowest of timings to be able to disrupt this push. And even though he does get caught afterwards, it is important that you continue to apply the pressure there, because Ye is trying to escape. So he needs someone to intercede on his behalf, and that was Victor. So now you've got barely any ultimates in play, and yet a very decisive gun round at 4-4. Big fight over the A lobby happening right here.
Yeah, a lot of players grouped up. Prowler's going to be latching into a common position. They know that Mako, the most likely candidate for who actually teleported to cut it across. There's a C's over the top.
Okay, guys, I'm going to predict the scoreline of this half. It's 7 Optic, 5 DRX.
Yeah, they could have gone for a C's hot hands, but frankly, it wouldn't matter anyway. Mako had already evacuated.
Yeah.
I like the way that Marv is taking deep positions on C. Here comes a B hit. Crashy's got punished last time.
Hot play straight into the side. And there it is. Crashes finally returns with the damage. And there's the spike being denied on top of it. Not done yet, though. A bit of a dodge attempt. And a spray down on Victor. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it does the job.
This is a much better response from Optic when it comes to their B side defense. And I'll be not allowed to play.
No.
That flash gets Ye onto the line.
Every connector's being watched as well. Oh my word.
Or be not
Ye locks that down.
And all of these rounds, Bren, have to be taken in the context that, from what we've seen, on only one instance of both these teams playing Haven so far at Chaps, this would be the weaker side for both teams. Yeah. I love the way that Crashy's played that, though. Last time, he got pushed in the A connector. And so this time he tucks really deep in the corner, where he can try to punish Buzz.
Oh,
and then
cool,
once he
cool,
realizes Buzz is
chill.
pushing, he has a timing.
Time
Get
out.
the kill on the Korean jet. And then swing back through into
Sub timeout use karo final mein pe.
aggressive, the positioning that he held, but it got the job done.
Timeout called for DRX. Remember, they burnt up their previous one. Right after the bonus round was won.
Bro,
by
बहुत sleep
potentially settle the nerves.
Crash Chingam कर रहा है, can he give calls? हाँ bro, obviously. What the fuck is that question?
Left and a half.
Yeah, he can.
DRX just want to rack up as many as they can right here.
Rank push, bro. Rank push. I need to push myself to bed,
Played their attack side on this map
to sleep.
all around FNS's IGLing. That feels like a side where you would want to get Tommy's input.
You're leaving your players pretty
little
much on
bit.
an island.
Yeah.
there,
What
I think,
happened to
honestly, when it comes to that second
your
half of this
hair?
map
Ud
here,
gaya.
in such important situations.
Another round where there's no big ultimates to speak of.
Rossi thought it just like
yet
matter
it's
without
another
weapons.
crucial
Bhai, मैं भी वही
The
बोला
money
आज.
now evening
बोला,
up
what the
quite
fuck,
a bit.
after 2 years
So it looks
I'm
like there's going to be
seeing
gun rounds for most of the rest of this half.
No colored hair.
Marved in an
What the
anchor position
fuck?
at back B, as Victor, Ye, Crashies try to fight over A lobby. Similar kind of setup that they used before.
Deep Prowler. Oh, hands in the corner.
I love that.
Yeah, Buzz just has to use his updraft to try and avoid most of it. And look at this. Pushed up deep into short. Battle about to take place. Maka wins it, but yay! Collateral at play. And it's a fast attempt by DRX to try and take some space. Move back onto the angles, but Yay already repositioned up to heaven. Smoked off though, and now the paranoia cuts its way through, and Victor was left alone but marked. At the back of the site, could be the hero at need, and with the trademark at their feet, the slow field not enough. The spray down, denied.
Marv with the triple kill there, going from his anchor position in B, running all the way through to hell. But that round was won by Yay with the collateral, because that fight was not going in Optic's favor. If you look at the kill feed right before he gets the collat, Crashies died. Crashies was trying to go for a re-clear of short, using Marv's paranoia. And if Yay only gets one, or if he gets zero
DRX
there,
boss, by the way.
The DRX are just going to flood into the A site, and Marv isn't ready. Victor would be caught. It would be a disaster. And Yay saves them again. DRX, though, are kind of winning these A lobby battles. Marv set up for another paranoia, but chooses not to go for it off the rip. We've seen Victor in this position before, but he didn't get challenged.
Look at how much of a gap there is as well between the presence in the middle of the map. Defensive protocol, Optic, nowhere near. There's no utility.
Yeah,
instead
but
the triple up.
I think they're just happy to play retake in that kind of situation.
Yeah, of course.
FNS just glancing towards B. And nobody got contact on A long. So these three players, they're going to use the haunt just to clear both of those cubbies.
Saving money
and
or
DRX have heard it.
Yeah,
they heard the haunt.
Mako heard it.
They heard the haunt, so they're going for the contact re-clear. This is such a beautiful call.
Crashes is holding the ankle. So narrow. A wider swing. He gets the information, which is what he was looking for, but Crashes, you can't overstep yourself here, son.
It's just an info war right now, and Crashies is looking to challenge.
Up close and personal. Where's going to be the swing? The off angles there. Flash into the corner. What coverage! And play. Marv answers back. Sprayed out on top of the boxes, and guess what? No side whatsoever. FNS is more than ready to play.
Here comes the flank, the lurk from RB, but he's got it all to do.
20 seconds in the round to do it. A lockdown positioning.
A lockdown wouldn't even be usable here. It just takes too much time.
And he just doesn't know where the rest of the players are. Too much time to even try and grab the spike as well. He's got too much to clear. Wider swing, and FNS just absolutely sublime. Top to bottom.
The IGLing there from both sides, I've got to commend. I think Stax found the perfect timing to try and contact re-clear A lobby, but Crashies was jiggling it, and as soon as he saw a couple of people moving into A lobby, he knew to call the rotates. And these rotates flooded into the A site. Marv was there, FNS was there to back up Crashies.
Curse them.
And
no, I just predicted the score line.
Now Optic have a fairly commanding lead and a big economic advantage heading into the final round of the half. And this was the half where they struggled against XZ.
Clearly improvements being made, but a lot of ultimates online. Buzz just wants to take the lead, and the rest of his team once more. Knives in his hands, Blade Storm, and an Nano Swarm, and has forced the updraft. What's going on? The TP! They're crumbling before our eyes. The DRX, everything to prove, but Optic with the prime game in flawless.
Contrast that round to the previous C exec, and it is night and day.
And Josh, no more timeouts. No more timeouts on hand for DRX.
Just a raw battle of the wills between the IGLs. Maybe just assuming that the Flash had forced Yay to use his rendezvous, but that one looks like a car crash in slow motion. DRX have such a comeback to try and attempt in the second half. 8-4 down.
So difficult. 8-4 being the half. Let's hand it down to the desk to find out if it's really possible.
I'm so sleepy.
Optic, they're starting to run away with this, but things could have been a lot worse, Seth, if it weren't for RB.
Yeah, it could have been 9-3 again.
So sleepy.
They would have had to pull off yet another miracle run. 8-4 though, still a little bit rough around the edges here for DRX. Things really falling apart at the back end, and as Brendan was mentioning, now no timeouts, but RB has been a big bright spot for the team so far.
This is the guy who has the pressure on him. Last time they were in a decider game, he stepped up at the final hour. He's doing that again, but has it been enough?
Yeah, and it's actually as well Finesse who's doing really good stuff on the killjoy on the other side. This is where I thought it might turn for DRX because they got 3 rounds after this thrifty win with a couple of sheriffs, just pushing the back of sight. And we could see definitely a little bit more of a snowball off of this, but you can tell DRX is still here no matter what. No matter if the half is 8-4, no matter if Optic's in the lead, it's still very much doable for both sides.
Yeah, it's not a great position to be in here if you're DRX. You don't want to have to make another crazy run back like you did just yesterday.
Vanilla Airstyle Cup. What the fuck is
we do
Vanilla
know that their
Airstyle?
defensive protocols, the setups that they have on the defender side of this map are incredible.
And on the other side of things, as we look ahead towards the second half, there have been some questions around this attack side for Optic, and previously it was surprisingly good when they played with Victor.
What is a
on
Vanilla
this
Airstyle? I'm
Phoenix.
very
He was
curious.
getting really aggressive, finding these deep positions. But I think the biggest thing for DRX to do is shut this Phoenix down early. Have Buzz playing on those long angles. Don't let him have that gap close, because without that dive agent, Optic can sometimes struggle to get into those close situations where this composition does thrive.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a lot of times where Victor's getting up close, being able to flash and get Ye on angles. That's very much more difficult to do on this attack side.
The resiliency has been great from DRX thus far, but they have to find it within themselves for another comeback if they want to complete this reverse sweep.
Yeah, well, Optic also they are on
Yo,
the
what
verge
is a-
of heading to yet
What is a
another
vanilla-
grand final sideshow.
What the
And
fuck
Brad,
is
let's
a
see if they can
vanilla
close this one out.
hairstyle? What the fuck?
Veteran presence of
Vanilla
Optic.
ice
Definitely
hairstyle.
rearing its head
What
here in
the
final map
fuck
here
is
of our
this?
lower
Oh,
finals,
oh
but
shit.
all questions of
What
the
the
mental
fuck,
blocks, the obstacles that
bro?
DRX have faced
What
throughout
is
the
this
entire
shit?
lifeline in VCT
This
will
is
be dashed
vanilla.
away if
What
they're
the
able to come
fuck?
back here.
Oh, no way, dude. Oh, shit, why did I even
This is the
Google
side where
this?
Optic's IGLing just looked sublime against XZ. Not necessarily to do with the composition, just FNS's understanding of Haven. And that's what Stax and the rest of DRX are going to be up against here. A hard read on the B hit, and it looks like it might be correct.
Inside the smokes.
So close.
Bit of a pre-fire, the smoke's going to be fading away. Just to remove that alarm bot.
Such a minute difference.
This
there
pistol
between
round
Victor
dictates
getting the armor kill
everything.
and getting killed.
Everything.
Moments away from it now. Time is being burnt down to a crisp here with a minute remaining. Still no signs of Optic really making a concrete decision on which side they want to land on.
Both of the Fades were having a little jiggle peek battle over at A-Long. And Zest lost out on that. They weren't really firing at each other. It's just that Zest was worried there'd be multiple people and he'd get punished. So now it's a full A retake.
Oh, A retake
the
setup.
spike is nowhere near.
Yeah, the spike is in a completely different
Oh, they
direction.
did a
You
fast
do not
retake.
expect this ever.
Oh, they did
On a
fast
pistol
retake.
round
That is
to make the fake play.
That is such an astounding amount of utility used.
30
A
seconds
Prowler,
left.
a Haunt, a Paranoia, all used to try and go for a fast retake that wasn't even
FNS
real.
retake.
And it's
Oh, no,
completely
you're gonna
opened up
die.
the sight for them. Optic, the
You
push
don't
and pull
die.
of the rotations. DRX have got such a massive ask ahead of them. No more utility. It has to come down to the fights being taken. And a crossfire set up with the pistols. Optic just too good
Oh,
for
no.
involved. Pushing inside of the smoke.
Oh, by time,
Maybe
by time
overstepping
for
himself
FNS,
just a
guys.
tad. A reflank at play here by FNS. Has to try and make some mark. The horn over the top. DRX, they seem to be just barreling their way through, and FNS is now found out. He's now known. But survived the classics, missing in the shots. DRX take the pistol.
All of the weight on DRX's shoulders, and they pull through in the pistol round to get up to 8-5. They will have a chance to make this series within 2 rounds. Get themselves back in here with a fighting chance. It looked so rough. I mean, they fell for the fake. They used all of their utility.
They had nothing.
They needed Mako to swing out in the widest swing I've ever seen, just so that the retake had any legs to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
But now DRX are going to have 2 Bulldogs, 3 Spectres heading into this round, ready to fend off Optic. They're going to have to be ready, though, for wild fakes like that. FNS is definitely digging deep into the playbook on Haven.
Throwing that out into the Decider map here. Pushed to the limits in a best of 5. Only FNS apparently, but Buzz going to be taking contact now, and not enough space granted to him. Dashes back away, Cloudburst cutting it up, but still the shots are found. It's given a right angle at the back of the site with a frenzy at play, and at hand Marved, ripping them apart. But Mako's still alive, and it is just down to Marvs with the Bulldog.
1v1.
Anything's possible in the 1v1. 4 kills for him, and a Red Bull clutch is an instant response, an instant answer back.
Oh wait, what? They won eco round?
Earlier in this series, all we were talking about was Marco.
Oh sheesh,
Marco.
how? Oh why, man? Where?
I mean, this map, Mark has put on what you expect from him. A masterclass performance.
I'm the best.
And I think I agree. That puts the economy back on the line for DRX. Only pistols here. And Bren, I've been thinking it all tournament. When is Marv gonna show up? And Optic haven't needed it up until now. But this could be the final hour.
He's feeling it, bro.
And the
Marv
best controller player
26.
in the world is finally showing you why he has that title.
20 kills, 6 deaths. What the fuck?
And it has
Is he at your list?
winning that round out.
Guys.
DRX have just been tossed into free fall off the back of it. The economy reset when it was looking so good for them to get another round. But now a play being made. Haunt over to the side. It's going to be a fault line to slow them down. Mako close up in his own smoke. It's going to make Optic think twice.
Bring them down.
Optic are in a 5v4 though, and they have their run of the map.
Cover going out.
Buzz only with a classic, and he's pretty much the only player that could be dangerous for them if they pivot back into A. Although the spike appears to be shepherded toward B.
Might be giving a bit of false information there, just spotting Ye out. Stacks is
30
low.
seconds.
Smoke, it's just overstepping himself again, and the players of Optic already lurking their way through.
And how tragic is this for DRX? 3 times now in this series, they've won a pistol round and immediately lost the follow-up.
Player standing.
That response by Optic, wrangling back control of many of these maps.
And DRX now are going to be in such a tough spot.
Yeah.
The emotions are so hard to control. You go through the elation of winning the pistol and believing that it's doable, to despair.
To getting it ripped away from you with no more timeouts to try and make the most of it, to try and settle the nerves.
Oh, and Nemo has been found.
10-5, that's the scoreline, and Optic look like they are once again carving their spot in the history books.
27,
Fending off what could have been
Victor
the first ever reverse sweep. What still could be the first ever reverse sweep in a BO5. DRX pretty much have one last shot. If they lose this round, there's no hope.
5.
The full investment. Weapons across the board. Optic looking like they want to take this one a bit slower. Spike dropped down in a pretty secure and safe location, just farming up the orbs onto Victor and getting him his ultimate there to run it back now available.
Yay spots RB, but very minimal damage exchanged.
Here.
Optic with a very passive hold as well on their default.
Shadows.
Using that Prowler down short as well. But they need some way of pushing Buzz off the angle. And Crash is just trying to jiggle peek it. All of this is merely a distraction as well.
It has done a job of pulling
They're gonna hit C now.
Buzz still over there. It's up to RB to jump. Peek! Shot through the wall. Almost got his head taken right off. And the spike is making its way back over towards C. No. A change in the decision making. Buzz. And guess what? Zest still up close. Right here, right now. Could be the difference maker for them.
Oh, no, he didn't check.
And what discipline. What patience. The play is made and the spray down. A collection of 2 kills. And a reset of the aim for Zest. Absolutely magnificent.
One enemy remaining.
I tell you, Bren, there are not many players that would keep their cool in a moment like that, down 5 rounds on the final map of the BO5. But Zest was so calm. And if there's ever a moment to prove to you that this is a different DRX squad, it's that one.
Yeah. To hold your fire like this.
And not bottle it.
And potentially, the most important round you would have faced. You lose this one. You're down to a poor buy. Optic are on 11, but no.
Optic take their timeout. The last one remaining to both of these teams until we get to OT. And I think that this is a good moment for Chet because You might have counted DRX out had you won the round, but this is a different squad you're playing against right now. This feels like the true Korean super team. A team that has persevered. A team that has fought back in many moments at Champions. A team that's really battled and overcome their own demons and has been able to shut down the devil himself on the other side of things too. You're facing a team that has grit, and it's going to take everything from Optic to close this out.
And they've been pushed to the limit. Now heading into map 5 here. The timeout, obviously signaling that Optic, they don't want to let this lead slip away from them.
Crashies and Victor have massive ultimates here. They've struggled to get Victor into the game and find him opportunities to use his run it back. But when they can set the pace, perhaps they can come up with a game plan here. RB with an extremely similar defensive setup to what FNS himself was using. We've got some classic A lobby control. Optic's comp is really poor at taking A lobby control, but they're fighting for other areas of the map instead.
And a runner back as well. Destroying of the alarm bot here. Victor.
It's all a fake.
Close, it is a complete fake. And it's pulled them all the way back into the corners of the side here. Mako needs to be the playmaker.
Where's the trade?
And the anchor right now still being swarmed from either side. Oh, guess what? RB ready to hold his teammates back. There is no trade in action, but maybe Ye can be once more the difference maker. Nightfall now pushes across. RB getting no sound. Uses a flash play over the top. Stax wants to make the moves for them. Swinging down. It's just up to Victor in that 1v2, but Stax has already taken the positioning.
That is a shutdown play from DRX. But I'm struggling to see how Optic thought that one was going to get coordinated. The fake play is lovely, and the thought process from FNS, wonderful. But where's the players pushing together into backside there? FNS out on an island, and Marved, who's normally the biggest trader for Optic, choosing a completely different and non-complementary angle to hold. And they just couldn't clear backside at all. Made it far too easy for Mako.
Hero rifle from Marved.
Let's play.
He's got a hot hand.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been knocked all the way down with Optic losing that round. It's DRX who have taken control of the map and potentially the series. Still a hard ass for them though when Ye's got the tour de force in his hands. This fight that might be about to take place over towards A could decide quite a bit, but still, again, it's Optic with the spike leaning over in a different direction. That's down into the bottom of mid. Part of the reason Optic's attack side when they were running this comp was so good was because FNS was so willing to make the right call. He had great information. Our attack side was always making sure that they filled in any sort of gaps in defensive protocols.
The spike is heading its way towards B right now.
Yeah, it's another fake.
It's another fake. I mean, FNS is just full of them, but it's the execution, not the macro, that's been the problem.
Victor needs to do some damage here with 1 kill. Doing a decent job of things.
Look at the pinch from B.
Yep. Squeezing them right where they lie. And still Buzz, a whiff of the shot. The shot he pulled out, but he can't win it.
30 seconds left.
Beautiful, beautiful IGLing by Optic. Adaptations being made, the layers on the strategy. And the A anchor players were just lost in the sauce.
Wouldn't you be? I don't know how you expect that play to come through. And that's an audible as well, I'm pretty confident. Because when you look at the play, it felt like a fake. But then as soon as Victor and Crashy start to get value, FNS calls, okay, let's actually pinch from B to A and make this finish A. Our A fake is working too well. And now the pressure back upon DRX. The squeeze that they felt in-game there on A, now playing out within their mental realm as well.
DRX are opting to force into this one. RB forced down to the Bucky buy. Let's try and hold down Garage. The deeper angle with the smoke, blocking off one of the avenues just outside A lobby.
Here.
It's Buzz versus Ye. This fight could define so much in this round. Who blinks first? The angle, the shots! Did Ye spot him? Did Ye find it? Just contacting across, but it's not called in time.
Buzz had 3 different targets he could play off there.
Victor moves his way across, Stacks!
Perfect
battling
play.
back, man, battling back.
Enormous help by Stacks there. And now Marv's in a mad position. Just has to pivot into the C site. Pinging it out, seeing if he can go for a pre-aim.
But if there's anyone to do it, Josh, it would be Marv and Ye, wouldn't it?
The two of them have been playing fantastically in these later few maps. But it's also been, I suppose...
Oh, no way.
30 seconds
There's
left.
no way Marv is taking this fight, man. The rifle! Not favored in close quarters. Not in that instance. And the spike has been given over.
Who expects a bucket to be there?
Teleport's ready.
And now Ye left in a 1v4.
No time. No time.
No possibilities.
Maybe you can do some damage to the economy, but no. Mako holds it, anticipating the push. And this series, this map has been so back and forth. On a knife's edge in terms of who might take it.
It's going to come down to the wire. Marv gets a swing out there, and FNS just walks into the angle. There's some serious comm problem happening there. They knew that the operator was posted. I mean, maybe just assuming that Buzz would have left, but you'd expect FNS to at least jiggle it if it had been commed to him in time. And look at this. Optic have a really rough buy. Crashies with only a pistol to work with. And there are many ultimates in play. I mean, this is the round to invest every ult at your disposal. And another op battle to start things out.
Yeah, crouching. He's holding the angle for the repush down A long.
I feel like this whole series has been Ye v Buzz.
Bravo cross. No one following it through. Wait a second. There's a flash. Pre-fire, Buzz. Not rewarded, but this reposition of Zest again. This is going to give DRX a ton of information for the defensive protocol. Now they've got to know. You've got to be kidding me.
Just an absurd situation up in A lobby.
Back to back.
Yeah, he got flashed onto this angle. And he's so tucked, Zest cannot see him. But do Optic have any idea that Zest could be here?
Half jiggling. They
They're
think it's
reclaiming.
clear. Into the corner this time.
Good trade.
Great trade. Cool not being kept. Nanoswarm going to be pushing them back here. The spike was on B.
The spike, Victor had it running into the B site. It's just out in the open.
There's a lockdown that was placed down a little bit prior as well with that A lobby control. But it feels like DRX are not biting him because look at this positioning. Mako, he's still here, still waiting, and the half clear is not good enough. What a trade! The trade-off. And Marv is going to be making his moves now towards it. But where is the time? Where is the spike going to land?
These are the moments where Optic was incredible against XZ, setting up these pivots, these lurks. FNS could be the playmaker here.
Going to destroy the lockdown for them. And B is going to be gained, at least with it, but the angles are watched down anyway. The spike is planted. FNS has to go huge. 1v2, flash, a dodge, a juke, a half on it. One more kill found. 8 bullets in the clip, and it's not enough to do it. Stacks. And FNS, the battle of the IGL is manifesting itself.
What a round for DRX to win. What a round for Stacks to recover. A 1v3, very possible there from FNS. And DRX actually able to keep up the same tempo that Optic were playing at. Optic are moving around the map so quickly, so fluidly, it can become difficult to keep track of where they are and which areas are safe. And DRX are doing a really good job of keeping them in check. This next round, you're heading into Optic on a half buy. Yeah, he goes for a hero rifle, miles away from the tour de force, but the rest of the team with stingers and a Spectre in hand. This looks like DRX should be in a position to tie up this map, tie up this series.
We said that before, but never count Optic out! Second time's a charm for Buzz, still locking down the angle, and he wants a little bit more. Shorty has to be pulled out in play, another curveball right round the side. Victor, no ammo in the clip, but the right click will do it. Again, the tip-tap of the aim, Stacks, you can feel the nerves playing an element in it. Victor with only 13 bullets left, still gets the kill, an instantaneous trade.
11-10 the score.
Oh my God.
That one way too close for DRX. Victor with 4 kills. Buzz got a great entry, but then got caught by the paranoia, caught by a flash, as Victor played the entry there onto A very nicely. Victor's Phoenix on these AXX is finding value. I would be very tempted if I was Optic to try and lean into that. The fast tempo is almost working on the half-buy rounds. Another couple of weapons and maybe that could make the difference.
The map is being pulled away from you.
Run it back by Victor in his hand because he was able to get those 4 kills on the half-buy round.
Back to back.
And another thing for DRX to keep in the back of their minds, Marv has the ult and the spike. He can go anywhere, fake anything.
Possibly a play being made though. Into Garage, I'll be playing the anti-flash. Aftershock into the nanoswarm there. Clears the corner, now Victor wants to make the play, make the moves, running forwards. Bit of a spray down, does not come up with the goods. Not like he was looking for, but still stacks, looking to anchor. At the back of the sight, and just the tail end of the ultimate. Yay capitalizes. Order space being gained, reset again. Yay is the difference maker.
The trading from Ye here has been fabulous in this round, but it is not over yet. Not by a long shot. The spike isn't even down, and Victor in a position where he basically used his ult from, now becomes a backstabber.
He is the backstabber, and this hook line sinker, a classic play.
Buzz
down to Buzz.
Buzz has been a miracle worker, but the dash pop's just simply too early. Maybe he gets an opportunity of Victor, but he's looking the wrong way.
3 kills in the round for Victor. An Optic put on map point, put on series point.
2 of them as well. What a beautiful running back from Victor. Popping through that smoke to get a kill at logs and set up Ye for the trade. Normally Marv is the player that goes in aggressively trading off the entry, trading off Victor, but with this comp, it's Ye trading off Victor, and the duo working so well, getting more value from the Phoenix than I've seen out of anybody at Champs. And they have 2 opportunities to cement their place in the 3rd grand finals for Optic. A record in VCT at their fingertips.
1 round is the difference maker here. That's all it stands between them. DRX, Zest forced down to a very shoddy buy. It feels like towards the end of this map, towards the end of this series, FNS, whatever the calls might be, it's pushing and pulling, and DRX struggling to come up with the answers.
Buzz only has a Spectre here, trying to control this A-lock position. It is an impossibility, and already he's going to try and get the punish off.
Cancelling the ultimate just in time.
What absurd awareness from Buzz that is a play that could have come through.
And a hot Hansen to the back, and an nanoswarm is a set play. Curveball as well. Buzz has been dealt with. 2 kills for Victor. The spray down in action once more. A rolling thunder. This is the last chance for DRX. Disrupt the play. Victor holds down. He locks the angles through. And it's all on the shoulders of RB. But Optic, moments away from carving their rightful spot in the grand finals. And there it is. What insane resilience from this Optic squad. Pushed to the limits. I don't think I've seen them pushed in that kind of manner and form before.
And Bren off the back of a devastating loss yesterday to Loud. They bounce back, fend off a reverse sweep, and it all ends with the Prime Gaming flawless here as Victor's entering into A, is the difference maker. What a fabulous end to an insane series that sees Optic back into another one of these grand finals.
Claiming that rightful place in the grand finals. A final shot just before 2023 to try and get that 2nd title under their belt. And this is a team, they've been pushed to the limits, they've been hardened in situations, but looking like they want to take the fight straight to Loud, make another attempt for that crown.
Out of the 5 events that they have played with Ye, they've made 3 grand finals, the most so far in VCT. They are definitely the most consistent roster in Valorant, and it's been the best period of excellence yet in the game. It's not that Optic are always dominant, but they are always dangerous when it matters, when they have that spot a threat for the trophy.
Oh.
And nobody knows really what the Dawn will bring.
Oh, what
but
happened?
today, these 5 players, they stand together as
Okay,
really
okay.
the greatest team in VCT history.
Okay.
Tomorrow, they've got a chance at another trophy and another record
Wait,
to
what?
see whether they can be
Our
our first repeat winners in Valorant. That is the question that Loud will have to answer.
Where did this
CRX. Crowd chanting the team name. An absolutely incredible effort from them. They overcome their own narratives, their own curses, but not enough.
Let's say or no, boy. See you on the next team. Stay at least happy. So.